Guys, what's going on? What's going on? Sorry for being late, right? Boy, oh boy, guys, boy, oh boy, just got out of the hospital. Had a couple issues with the old GI tract, but you know what, guys? Here I am. I'll spare you guys the details, but I wasn't feeling too hot the last 2 days, but it's all good. Croesus, what's up, man? He says the social is just thought men would just roll over. However, it turns out that the majority of men have testicles. Because I'm gonna drop the link now, guys. Because guys, anyone who is coming up, guys, hit the StreamYard link, guys. I don't know how long this live will go on today because I'm not feeling too good. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So guys, hit the button. Hit the StreamYard link. You can come on up, guys. And guys, this story, I was going to do a daytime live on this, but then I actually found some more articles. Michael, what's up, dude? Hey, guys, let me pull this article up. And then I actually have the Fox News clip on this. Let me pull this up really, really fast. Here we go. Let's see. Rajai, what's up, dude? Good to see ya. Oh, where are we? Where are we? Right, there we are. Let's see here. Red Door's here. 2000s guys here. Dante's here. What's going on? Tim Hicks is here. What's up, man? Good to see ya. Here we go again. What's up, man? Water Star's here. Captain Palsy's here. Rodney's here. CP is here. What's going on, guys? Colin Snowboard, how's it going, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Good.
Yes.
How are you guys?
Good, man. Just had some type of stomach issue, but it's fine now. I'm good. It's one thing that I can't handle is my stomach being jacked up. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's the worst. So I don't know if it's something I ate or what, but it's fine. Colin Snowboard, guys. Everyone in the chat. Put a yes or a no, because we've asked ourselves this multiple times. Can you be pro-male and be a Democrat? Yes or no?
Of course not. Of course.
No.
Dude, what kind of dumbass question is that?
I know. Just asking that.
Yeah.
I gotta get myself, guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Guys, there's no way. Guys, isn't this funny that this whole thing, because it says that so Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working class, right? Guys, they're so misandrist and gynocentric that they have to actually figure out some algorithm to learn. Guys, this goes back to the force doctrine thing that Andrew Wilson talks about. And this also has this coincides with the Kevin Samuels thing where the women don't even know men anymore. They don't know anything about us. They don't know who we are. They don't know what we like. They don't know how we are. All they know is that it's to them, it's me, I, right?
Yeah.
Young boys are taught this is how you treat women, and it's still not enough, right? But young girls are never taught this is how you treat men.
Yeah, AJ, the best way I've ever heard it phrased is that boys are brought up to always believe, what can you provide for a woman? The girls, they're brought up to believe that what can a man give me and provide me?
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Let's see. 1 second, guys. 1 second.
And now they're brought up like, can I actually fit that into my own ass? Online for money.
No, guys, here's the thing though. It's like, once again, anytime these feminists or LDHD TVs or anything, guys, what do they always say? We need to reach out. Wait, we need to have our male allies. We need men's allyship, which means once again, guys, the whole feminist doctrine is ridiculous because there can never not be a patriarchy because you are relying on men to get what you want.
Yeah.
So the feminist goal doesn't exist because they're always going to have to use men as the enforcement of their agenda, which means it's going to always be patriarchy.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. And guys, how in the world do these knuckleheads think that they can con men that they've been talking about hating men for the last 80 years, right? Seven years. Now they're going to try and con us men into doing their dirty work for them? How does that make sense? We hate you. You're horrible. You cisgendered hetero white men. Sit down and shut up or you're a piece of trash. But hey, we need you guys to help us.
Yeah.
Why would you do such a thing? Yeah.
It's going to be so fake too. Like I didn't read the article, but I guarantee it's going to be like trans people and stuff saying like bro, talking about Bitcoin and UFC. They're going to like try so hard to do like what they think we want to hear, but it's just not authentic. It's like, how about you treat us with some respect?
Tim Walls, soy boy Timmy, right? Tampon Timmy. I fix cars and go pheasant hunting. I'm a man. I'm a working man. Yeah. Beta male. Please.
They had the,
you know what I'm saying?
Camo Harris hats. If that was like a thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
So instead of authentically respecting us, it's just going to be like they're going to try to change their language like some algorithm. I guarantee like that's what it's going to be.
Those youth pastors that try and be like, have the man bun and they're like, yeah man,
exactly.
Jesus is dope, man.
That's what this will be. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
All they're gonna do is it's gonna be nothing but backhanded and condescending, quote unquote, compliments, right?
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna be.
Yeah.
How do you have men be part of a platform that presupposes that we're the problem?
It's gonna be exactly what Colin says. He'd be like, "Oh, that's a nice lifted F-350. Your junk must be huge." Like they're gonna like say it, but like try to like mean it. Before they would always mean it the opposite way.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna project and think like this is what chicks would think that we act the way that they would act if they were us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. THX, what's up, man? Lenny, what's up, man? Here, guys, let me pin the link here. Sorry, I didn't do this. Guys, anyone who's come on up, hit the button, guys. Appreciate that. Dante's here. Clayton's here. DTM is here. Jeff Smith, what's going on? Good to see you guys. Lenny, man, thanks for handing out a membership, man. Appreciate that, guys. Thanks to all you guys that are members. Appreciate that. Thanks for that, man. Scott's here. Okay, so guys, here we go. Yeah, Steve says, Tim Walz bows down to Transformers. Facts. Guys, so Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men and win back the working class. So Democrats have blown millions of dollars on an effort to appeal to quote-unquote American men who turn to the orange man in droves on election day in hopes of winning back the working class. Is this funny, guys? How back in August and September, they were like, oh, no, we don't have a problem with men. We have a new type of masculinity that men are embracing.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Guys, here's the thing. This is Colin, Snowboard, cook with me here, right? Once again, this is women trying to tell us what a real man is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, that's any type of value, like the whole high value conversation. High value men, their value is determined by men. Guess what, guys? How a high value woman's value is determined by
a man.
Women.
Thank you very much. No, men.
Oh,
men.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Guys, did you ever see that one thing where the guys and the girls, there's like 5 girls and they sort each other by looks, and then for the girls, and then the guys do it, and it's completely different. Wah wah. Hold on. Men, women sort by looks. Men sort by looks. Let's see. They have the short, but basically, like the girls put the uggo first because they're trying to be nice, and then the guys are like, no, the hot little Asian girl's the hottest, and then the blonde, and then the B-dub, and then the 2 fatties. You know what I'm saying? And they're all mad. Damn, I can't find it. You guys know what the clip I'm talking about, but like, guys, a woman's value is determined by is her value is equal to the type of man that she can keep.
Yeah.
If none of the men want her, and she's, I'm a boss, I'm so great. No, you're not. You're just some broad out there.
Yeah.
A woman is only useful to her family and the man she's with. It doesn't matter if she's a CEO or whatever. She's just some chick. A guy, and she'll probably spend the money on herself. A guy that's at that level tends to be useful to his entire community, to his family, his friends, his community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So Democrats have spent $20 million on their efforts with donors and strategists holding up in luxury hotel rooms, brainstorming how to convince working class men to return to the party. The plan, codenamed Sam, speaking with American men, a strategic plan. Look at that. What kind of knuckleheaded
Beta
name is that, right?
Yeah.
Promises to
That's a
use
slush
the
fund.
How
would you spend $1 million on that?
No, how would you spend $20 million?
$20 million. Yeah.
$20 million right down the drain. Look at that.
Man.
Look at that. Richard Brown, what's up, dude? Yeah. Lenny says that according to women, all women make $100K a year. Yeah.
Yep.
First things over in India. What's up, dude? Okay. So
Lenny, that's because they're entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So they use the funds to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. What are you talking about? Just speak directly. Just have a guy, like a guy's got guys. They don't even understand what a assertive, masculine man is. They're so far down the feminist LDHT TV zesty transformer hole that they don't even know what a regular guy is. That's how crazy that the Democrats are. Think about how insane that is. They don't even know what here. You want to go viral? Put a compilation of dudes getting hit in the balls, of skaters falling off of rails and getting their nuts smashed in, and they put vote for me. That'll go viral. You know what I'm saying? Guys like that type of stuff. Guys, we're simple. Guys, haven't you ever noticed that women like, hey, guys, put a 1 if you said something and you meant it, but a woman's like, so what you really mean is, or tell me what you mean by that. It's like, I meant what I said.
Yeah.
Men are simple creatures. Women are so complicated that they can't fathom that we are simple. That we're arithmetic and they're friggin' calculus. So they see everything through the lens of calculus, which sucks because women are terrible at math. You know what I'm saying? Okay. As the Times describes it, as the Times described it, so the reports can read like anthropological studies of people from faraway places. So guys, they're so out of touch with us that they have to do an anthropological study on us. And we're the backbone of America. We are the group of people that make America run. And guys, this is proof. Guys, this is how Rome fell. Seriously. We are letting the what's it called? The inmates run the asylum or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the patients run the asylum, you know?
And say, AJ, I got a really, really, really dumb question. What does anthropological
Anthropological.
Yeah, what does that mean?
An anthropologist is a person who studies cultures and civilizations. So like an anthropologist, if you discovered like a new tribe out in the middle of the rainforest, an anthropologist would study them.
Oh, okay.
To look at how cultures are and they interact, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
People get anthropology and archaeology mixed up, you know what I'm saying? But anthropologists actually study I know now there's that a lot of anthropologists are studying like the differences in like the ethnicities. So you go to a place like Dagestan where there's like they're all Dagestani, so they all speak Russian. Then there's the Avar. There's all these different like Caucasus, different cultures. So they figure out what's differences between those ones and their languages and their customs. Or if you go to all of the eastern part of Russia where there's all the Siberian people that are actually Asians looking people, they're being studied a lot now too. Or like there's parts of Africa where they still haven't sussed out like what tribes are where. You know what I mean? So that's basically what they're doing. And it's pretty cool because there's like new cultures being made like all the time. Because you look at there's Croatians that actually moved to Brazil. Like I think like in the early, the late 1800s and early 1900s. So they speak like a mix of Croatian and Portuguese. So they speak both, but they have this weird type of culture. There's Welsh people that moved to Argentina.
Yeah, I think they're hardcore Catholic.
Yeah,
too.
back in like 1885. So in Patagonia, they have a whole new culture of like Welsh people that are down there. They speak Spanish and everything, and they have a different ethnicity. And so it's just a study of cultures. So I had a professor in college, and she was one of those hardcore, like last hardcore anthropologists that like was out in like the rainforest, like still discovering new tribes and stuff. And she almost died from different illnesses and stuff. But she was out there, dodging spears and stuff to get to know these people. So, but Chris Mike, what's up, dude?
I'm not even gonna hold you. The title triggered me.
Well, here, guys, there's a question in the title, right? Because we have a couple articles. But let's look at the question now. Do you ever think that the Democrats could ever win men over?
No. They did too much hating, man.
Yeah.
They did too much. The damage is already done.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. The lunatics are running the asylum. Yeah, guys, I don't see it happening. Sorry. So the only way that I see it happening is if they have a young populist person that happens to be a Democrat, right? Like, so this person's a complete outsider, right?
Yeah.
Comes out
Andrew
of
Yang type.
nowhere, but unlike Andrew Yang, he's not a 5'5" beta male with no aura. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I meant somebody like him that because the archetype of him, just a different body and whatnot.
He's all crying, "Hey, gun violence!" Beta crying on stage. What a pussy! You know
he was crying on stage.
You didn't see that? Hold on.
No.
Yeah. Andrew Yang crying.
Because I'm only bringing him up because he tried to pitch himself of being like outside of the system.
Survival in Las Vegas.
What? The old boy? That's imagine.
Oh God.
Beta male.
Oh my God. Mayor Pete's tougher than him.
I don't know what I'm doing. I was imagining it was one of them.
What
He's
the
not
hell did I
acting
walk in
either.
Oh no! Hey,
Oh, man.
Razor, dude, I'd rather have anyone than Cacklin Harris. All right, I think the only person that I can't stand more than Knucklehead Harris is Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? I would say that they're both equally bad, but yeah, this guy, man, yikes! Straight
Hey,
up, man.
there's rumors that Big Mike and Barry are getting divorced.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
shit. Wow.
Yep. And I'm gonna laugh because hey, Chris Mike, who's the couple that these B-dubs always rub in our face? See, they're a power couple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
And she will be the first one in a long time to divorce a president. Like normally when a president's married and he serves his term, like his wife doesn't leave, you know?
Yeah.
Like they'll deal with whatever behind the closed doors, but they don't get divorced.
I don't think I've heard of
Yeah, I can't remember if Kennedy and behind
No,
the
they were
Marilyn Monroe
together.
scandal. Yeah, no, he didn't
Yeah.
divorce her behind the.
Yeah.
They didn't get divorced behind the Marilyn Monroe
Everyone
scandal.
knew
No.
he was blasting up Marilyn Monroe. So
Yeah, but she stuck with him. Yeah.
Thomas Brown says he's 2/3 Asian. He hates Andrew Yang. but there's going to be, guys, populism is the way to win now. Okay? You have to do something different. You have to come out of nowhere. You have to, but here's the thing about the Democrats, right, guys? It's a lot easier to be a Republican because guys, put a 1 if you agree that Republicans are actually much more forgiving.
Yeah,
because guys, there are Republicans that already have sex scandals and might have dropped an N-bomb or whatever. But hey, look, what is their agenda? What are they trying to do? Guys, if you do a tweet wrong on the left, you're cooked.
Yeah.
If you wear the wrong shirt, you're cooked. If you're silent on an issue, let's just say that there's the whole Palestine thing. You're like, I don't really know enough. Silence is violence. How can you not care?
How dare you?
Clown world. KL, what's up, man? Vintage is here. What's up, man? Thomas Brown, Kelvin, what's up, man? Good to see you as usual, man. Good to see you, man. But yeah, guys. So Andrew Yang, like I said, Captain Soy Boy right here. You know what I mean? And this is proof, guys, that money doesn't make you alpha. Money doesn't make the simp go away. But it's crazy because generally the traits that make you rich make you not a simp. But guys, there are just guys that just have it in their DNA where they can like compartmentalize the simp. So like in their professional life, they might be a bit more alpha, but then anytime that they're outside of work, they're Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? So okay. So the effort also recommends that the Democrats buy advertisements in video games and among other things. Above all, we must shift from a moralizing tone. So the Democratic Party has struggled in recent years to maintain voters. So the party hopes to be rejuvenated by the fact that Trump's popularity has been on the decline since he was elected. Still, the party has scrambled to find both a messaging and a messenger since losing the White House and the Senate, while the Republicans held the House of Representatives. Yeah. So
hold on, did they say buy commercials during video games?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine playing Call of Duty and some commercial pops up in the middle of your game about some trannies?
Hold on. Okay, let's see. Okay. So there's a poll where 40% of people either strongly or somewhat approve of Trump, while 56% disapprove. His numbers have been getting worse and worse. But here's the thing, guys. His numbers might be bad, but they're nowhere near what Knucklehead Harris's was or what Sleepy Joe's were. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
And of course, the numbers go down after the election as people go back to like work, and most of America is half asleep anyway, so they don't really. You have to,
But
what I mean? So that doesn't mean that much.
They sure do wake up when election time comes, and they see Transformer ads and stuff.
Yeah,
that wakes them up real fast.
I bet if he was to run a third time, even though they say his numbers are going down, everybody would vote for him again.
Yeah, you guys want to see something?
Who?
Based?
Obama?
No, Trump.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hang on, let me see. Sorry, guys.
They should have ran Big Mike, but I don't think Big Mike wants to do it. But that's who they should have ran.
Here you go, guys.
Yeah, they'll take time out from her Peg and Barry.
Here you go, guys. Here you go.
Some of y'all need to be deported. You guys hate this country so much. Well, why not go somewhere else? Why not go back to Africa, maybe? The reason why you won't go back is because you know that this is one of the best countries in the world, if not the best country in the world. And you have a lot of benefits here, but you refuse to acknowledge that, because if you acknowledge that, then you have to be accountable for the things that happens within your own life. And a lot of the dysfunctional and disgusting behavior, I'm sorry, you guys need to be on your own island or something, and you guys can do whatever you want, but that is not going to be tolerated here in America any longer. So instead of crapping on your own country, why don't you become a productive member of society, and we all work together to make this the greatest country, or an even greater country, should I say, than it already is. So seriously, like, if you hate this country so much, why would you stay? Why stay here? Why not go somewhere else if you don't like the country? Why commit crime? Why do things that is not advantageous to yourself or this country? But when I say things like this, I'm the bad guy. But you guys literally trash our country 24/7.
That's what I say, guys.
Yeah.
This is the only country on earth where people who hate it won't leave, or people who hate it want to stay here and wave another country's flag. Pyro, your devices are connected, dude.
You remember all those Venezuelan migrants that went to Chicago?
Yeah.
And they were going around trying to kick people out. Well, they had to end up going to the police for protection because those GDs and BDs start headhunting them.
It's true. So this person says Democrats have lost credibility by being seen as alien on cultural issues. Facts. Meanwhile, longtime Democratic researcher Anat Shinker Azara told the Times that Democrats must take actionable steps to earn back voters. Look at that, man. Now, guys, here, I have another article here. Hold on. Pyro, your devices are not connected, my friend. Please connect your devices, and I'll bring you up. Here we go. So Democrats roasted over $20 million plot to win young male voters. You can't buy authenticity. So
that's what we were saying.
Yep, facts. So critics have slammed Democrats for an inauthentic $20 million plan to study the syntax used by young men to win their votes. So Democrats have been baffled as to why young male voters are abandoning the party after the demographic swung to the right for Donald Trump. So looking ahead to the 2026 midterms and the next election, Democrats are strategizing how to win back young male voters after Orange Man's campaign harnessed big names online like Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn. But guys, here's the crazy thing. Joe Rogan was a Democrat and still believed things like pot and all types of stuff.
Yeah.
But the left has gone so far to the left that it's put him on the right. Clown world.
Man. They consider Theo Vaughn. They consider Theo Vaughn far right now.
Yeah, insane. Yeah,
that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Did you guys walk your microphones? Walk, your microphone's acting up.
Bill Maher's got Twitch too.
Walk, your microphone is going in and out, dude. So if you can get like headphones or something, because you're going wah. But yeah, guys, did you guys watch that channel Jubilee where they have like the discussions about things?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So did you see the CEO of Jubilee was saying that all these people are actually trying to say that Jubilee is right wing now because all they have on is right wing guys like Charlie Kirk, all them? Well, hold on.
Oh my God.
He had a thing where he was saying, guys, the reason why they have right wingers on here
for viewership.
No, it's because the right wingers are the only ones who will go on the show. Yeah, we can hear you now, man. But yeah, guys, right wingers, they'll reach out to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk says, "Okay, when do you want me there?" And you know what? I'll even fly myself out there.
Yeah.
The lefties will be like, "Well, we need to see all the questions in advance, and we want to be able to edit the clips and make sure that you only show the ones we want." So the right now are the ones who want to have the conversations, and the left only wants to come on when they can scream at people. Absolutely insane.
It's always been like that, though. They can't control the narrative, they don't want to join the conversation. They have to be able to control the narrative and make the other side look bad. But the minute you start pointing the finger back at them, they're going to end the conversation.
Yep, that's true. So the plan says that they should buy advertisements in video games and must shift from moralizing tone. So Democrats were roasted online for the plan, with critics slamming the party for lacking authenticity. Boy, are they going to be sore when they discover that you can't emulate or buy authenticity, said one person. These people need to actually talk to young men instead of assuming what they like or think, as if that's ever going to happen, right?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Look at that.
By the way, fellas, how you doing so far? How you doing?
Good, man.
So
how you been, man? Yeah, so
I'm good, man.
Yes,
good to see you, Chris.
More than half of male voters under the age of 30, they voted for Orange Man. So this person says, cringe fest, consultants doing consulting things. They need to talk to voters rather than analyze their language or find ways to spend their money, just to start dialogues and listen. Authenticity is the antidote. And this next person says, so what happened to being authentic? They really don't get it. So someone should tell them about authenticity. Others, they say that instead of spending millions to study young men rather than asking them shows that the party is out of touch. Well, guys, the fact that they're trying to run AOC and all these dunderheads. You know what, guys? Hold on. Oh, please tell me I saved this clip. Hold on. Oh,
notice on this list, they're not just saying treat them with respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That should be pretty basic.
You guys ready for this? This right here.
Don't really care about that. They want the votes.
Oh. Here you go, guys. Let me just break out the race card here, right? Because, guys, we're going to need it. This is why men aren't voting Democrat. This is going to sum this up. Guys, let's just... Here. Okay.
Hello, Democrats. Hey, I am speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention, like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking.
Good evening, Democrats. Look up here. 3 strong black women standing before you.
Oh, no.
3 black women who, rather than just grabbing a chair, ran for chair.
No, they didn't run for shit.
Broke a chair.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Who guys, do you think that these knuckleheads, when was the last time you think any of them ran? At all?
I hate when they do that. I really hate when they do that. Like, I'm a black woman. Like, first of all, we can see you, idiot. And then So, like, why do you have to announce that? Why lead with that? Why is that the base of your topic?
Because hey, guys, the way that the numbers are now,
I'm tired.
Being a B-dub ain't nothing to be proud of. That's for sure. The most pathetic, low down, low class, clout chasing, rude, herp derp having group of idiots are B-dubs, man. Seriously. Guys, I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Guys, I'm allergic. Seriously. Guys, I carry an EpiPen.
That's why I just got back from the hospital.
Guys, one at a time.
People actually like the triple K when they do B-dubs now.
I'm serious, guys. Serious. You would have more fun at a triple K convention than with a whole group of these knuckleheads. Seriously, man. You know?
Te quiero mucho, papá. Gracias.
They just keep getting bigger and bigger. They keep getting bigger and bigger.
Who hit the sap button?
Guys, I'm so sorry, guys. Guys, I haven't been translating this entire time.
My name is Artie Blanco.
Definitely not English.
Yeah.
Artie Blanco's daughter. Vote for me for vice chair.
Look at this.
They're all out of breath. Look at that.
God. How are they getting worse
already? Why are they all obese?
At least we know that the catering service is top notch.
Yeah. This is obviously a Krispy Kreme sponsored event.
They're also sponsored by DEI.
Love this, man.
I mean, they're
CPAP.
Yo,
no.
Guys, we do
COPD.
Yeah. Guys, we know who isn't sponsoring this, and that's Ozempic, right? You know what I'm saying? They aren't sponsoring this. That's for sure.
Room, y'all. Truly take it in. This is the Democratic Party.
Right
we
there.
are strongest when we stand together.
We are in a time in this country.
Jesus, another one.
guys, let's give whoever crafted the carpenter who put that stage together. Let's give him a round of applause for that craftsmanship.
Yeah, he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize.
A Nobel Prize in physics. You know what I'm saying?
When our democracy and our rights are under attack. We're at a time.
She's out of breath, guys. She's snoring. She ain't sleeping.
Where black and brown people, women, and other minorities are being blamed for everything that's wrong with this country.
So let's fight together.
Yes. Oh my God!
Kiss my Converse, Leroy. Kiss my Converse, Leroy.
Is this for
right? Kiss my Converse.
Oh my God!
Look at this knucklehead right here. Look at this.
This is like out of Chappelle's show.
The only thing I'm finna increase is my motherfucking fist across your goddamn face. That's what the fuck. That's what's about to get increased.
Together for a stronger and more inclusive Democratic Party. Good afternoon, DNC. Let me say something.
Guys, they're supposed to be diverse.
You have a mic.
And
you
they
don't
all
have to
look
talk
the
that
same. Other than Madam.
And all I see is Mexicans and blacks.
Yeah.
Over the last several days, we've seen
one Chinese. I haven't seen one white person.
When we have the wrong people in powerful places. And so today, I ask for your support. And electing me as your DNC vice chair because in a time of crisis, leadership matters. My people are sick.
Jesus.
Oh my God. It never ends.
Come on, man. What is going on? Cornelius said the stage is about to collapse.
AJ, what do you think about the theory that these people are being placed on purpose? Like these are not like they're picking like these fat, obese people that are really not supposed to be there on purpose. What do you think about that theory?
Well, okay, you guys know hold on. What's the word? Hold on. Okay, you guys know the difference. Okay. You guys know what a work is? Like a work match and like MMA or in fighting?
Yeah.
Where like one guy doesn't one guy is told to take a dive, that's a work. But the guy who wins thought he won. You know what I'm saying? That's a work. Whereas a fixed fight means both people know the outcome, right? Guys, I think that the people that are actually in charge, this is a work. But these knuckleheads here, they're too stupid to understand that them being here is just making their cause lose.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the same reason why they put them in middle management in companies, so that they're going to be the scapegoat when everything fails. They think they're so empowered by having that position of power, but they don't realize that everybody knows they're going to fail. They're just going to be the fall guys. They're going to be like, look, it's all her fault. Now she has this black mark on her record and she can't get a job anywhere else.
I know. Yeah.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being.
Someone says diabetes convention.
The last one hired.
I was going to say, instead of a chair member, you're going to be a power scooter member.
We are sick and tired of the.
Now, she can't read.
In the last 15 years.
Look at how zesty. Look at Steve.
Yeah.
You know zesty.
Zesty Tyler Perry.
Look at this guy.
Fighting for the American people, all 340 million of them.
Work to do to organize, show up, and win. And that is why I'm asking the people who have stood with me in this ride, because you know the work that I do to protect the vote.
Hello, Democrats.
Jesus.
The last woman, by the way, woman.
Your microphone's cutting out, Pyro.
I don't know why.
You're better now, but for a second.
I'm saying like wear glasses like that are really crazy.
Yeah,
they're really crazy.
That's a sign. Here we go. So someone says, how about you just stop hating men? That might work. But nah, spend $20 million to try and manipulate them instead. Someone says, if you advertise in video games, you'll lose 100% of that audience. Yep. This shows that they've lost the plot. Someone says, Dems are doing everything possible to avoid just eating a cheeseburger and talking about free markets. Look at that, guys. Look at that.
But isn't it just like the B-Dub mindset, though? Like for years, like what's the one thing we've asked B-Dub to do, AJ?
Wear their natural hair, not have bastard kids, and not be fat.
Okay, let's just take
shut up. Yeah,
and lose the attitude, right?
Yeah.
So now, which one of those cost them money? None of it cost them money. But what do? They go out, they buy wigs, they buy fake nails, they buy fake eyelashes, they buy all these fake piercings. They do everything but do the stuff that would cost them nothing,
and then
to bring us back to the table, and it doesn't work.
And be with bums and put themselves into debt. They also buy they also be with dudes who like put them into debt, like having children with them.
Yeah. And this is why, guys, these people that try and talk about, oh, you need money to get chicks, guys, Nug doesn't need money. You know what I'm saying? Nope. I'm just saying.
No, he doesn't.
Welcome back. Young men leaving the Democrat Party, and no one on the left can seem to figure out why. Well, in fact, according to the New York Times, the party's dropping $20 million to try and solve this big mystery. We could probably save them some cash.
Isn't that insane that these knuckleheads have sons and brothers and fathers? You know? Look at that. BPD, what's up, man?
Yeah. And they never ask why. They never ask why.
God of
They
the sea,
never
what's
ask
up,
why,
man?
like, what is happening? Why you guys aren't voting?
The problem is there's too many. It's all the boomers in the Democratic Party. They have that. They're such simps. You know, it reminds me of earlier today. I was on Threads, and there's this electrician. There's this one electrician. Of course, he had to be a white dude, right? And he goes, "We need more women in trades." I said, "No, you don't. They're less productive." I was like, "You're gonna lose a lot of business, and production's gonna slow down. You're gonna be late on your projects." He goes, "You just don't know what you talk, dude." There's like 50 dudes that jumped on me for saying that women are less productive being electricians. They're like, well, how? Explain how. I said, well, easy. They can't carry the conduit. They can't bend the conduit. The tools, they have a hard time carrying the tools. They're just not as productive as a male electrician. It's just a fact. Well, I bet I can work circles around you. And it's all these unbased platitudes, towards these women, but it's all old white men.
Yeah, they drank the Kool-Aid, man. And what's crazy is, guys, there's actually quite a few trad cons that they're like these kind of quasi trad con Christian dudes that are like, oh, Jesus is accepting of everything, including transformers and dudes blowing each other. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just bad. But yeah, that a lot of these boomers, they grew up on this whole like second to third wave feminist foolishness, and then this whole guilt about judging the LDHD TVs because of the high five in the 90s and the 80s. So now they have this it's like white guilt hits the boomers the most. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they still believe that women are these little small, fragile creatures that deserve to be protected at all costs.
Yeah. It's like a weird version of tradconism where it's like men need to blank. What about women? Oh, you can't talk about them. Oh, no. Anything that women do wrong is a man's fault because even though they're empowered and friggin'
always
boss chicks, they know not what they do. Absolutely
Snowboarder. I need one small favor from you. Okay.
Yeah.
So this Sunday, when you have dinner, we have Sunday dinner with Papa, right? I'm going to need you to reach across the table and punch him right in the face.
Done.
Steve said, "Hey, wait a minute! Did someone say white boomer?" What's up, Steve? What's up, man? Actually, Steve, you're a Generation X, right, Steve? Steve, are you there? Steve M, your microphone isn't working.
Oh, damn it. Hold on.
No, you're fine. We can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. It's on now.
Hey,
it's on now.
Yeah.
Check this out, guys, man. Great, one of the greatest days ever. So I decided to get out of the house, go down to Dollar General, right? And I'm loading up. I restock, and I'm getting all the good sandwich meats. And I see these, there's 3 single women with their rugrats, okay, in the store. And they start eyeballing me. And I'm like, well, I did take a shower. So I'm like, that's understandable. Anyways, I get to the bacon section, and I stocked up on like 6 things of bacon, okay? And it was like $300. Anyways, so they basically surrounded me, and I didn't want to run over the kids, but I was able to get away from them. Okay. So I get up there, and one of them was a B-dub and 2 basically white crack whores. And
general.
yeah, it was wonderful. So anyways, I'm ringing it up. And they look if I'm using a credit card, a debit card, or EBT card. I whip out my Visa, you know what I'm saying? USAA Visa, cha-ching. And it was like close to $300. And I'm looking at the kids, and the kids are looking at me. And right by the stand, there's the dollar candies. You know what I'm saying? The boxes of candies. Okay. So I wasn't going to go crazy, but what I did is I bought 3 boxes, and God help me. I apologize, God. But I handed it one to each kid, and I asked them, "Where's your daddy?"
Beautiful.
Okay. Hey, I tell you what, I got the hell out of there fast. I packed up my van. And I was out of there.
And all you heard was,
I'm gonna kill your bitch ass.
and you know, I'm gonna call this the Steve E. Love report going forward, because when I journey out into the jungle and with where all the 304s are, which I really don't like to do, guys. You know what I'm saying? But I got to, I don't know, twice a month at least. But I'm helping with another show right now, AJ. But I'll pop over when this is done. But
thanks, man.
I just wanted to share the great news with you guys.
Yeah, sweet, man. Yeah. You stay safe out there, man. Keep fighting the good fight and doing God's work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
God bless, guys.
Hey, guys, I will be live with Insolent Audits on Sunday. He's going to be on the show, guys. So we're not going to have a debate. We're just going to have like a chat about like red pill stuff and everything. So we'll probably do like the first 45 minutes to an hour, just me and him, and then I'll probably drop the links so you guys can come up and talk to him. But his channel is really, really, really good. He had a black pill versus red pill debate with Raymond's Thoughts and Minds the other day, but he reached out to me, and I think we see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. Like, I don't really see where we divulge in our thoughts, except for I think men should just walk away. Like, he's more optimistic when it comes to like the laws changing and all that. But I think the only thing that'll make the laws change is men just minding their own business. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't see any other way than that. So, George Costanzo, what's up, dude? Oh, that's a good question. He says, is Travis Hunter a bigger scent than Russell Wilson?
Yes.
I know it's off topic, but damn, how can I? Yeah. Well, here's the thing, guys. So Sierra did have a bastard kid, but Sierra at least did the whole like, oh, I'm Reformed Christian. She played the game to where it was actually trying to show that she was like, even though she dressed like a whore, right?
Well, also Sierra had money. Sierra had a little money with her. This girl had nothing that Travis Hunter's with.
Yeah,
she's a complete leak.
Yeah, and she's openly disrespected him, made stuff all about herself. I would say he's the biggest simp I've ever seen.
Yeah,
he is a simp. Like, it's crazy. Like I don't. She must have that thunder throat. You know what I'm saying? She must have that friggin' that one badge to rule them all type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man.
I think, I think she uses some kind of like dark magic. Like,
she's got that Voldemort vagina.
Yeah, either that or she cooks some food. She cooks some food, but put her panties in it.
Yeah,
like
thunder.
the time.
Thunder.
The time.
Thunder. Thunder throat. Oh! But George, man, thanks for the $4.99, man.
But yeah, it's bad. All his friends and family begged him to leave her. Begged him. And he still won't do it. He married her, and he did it. He did it without a prenup. Yeah. As a matter of fact, she requested to go to a state that didn't honor prenups.
Yeah, but guys, here's the thing. What I'm more worried about is her doing a false charge on him, like a DV charge or a rape charge, and getting him kicked out of the league before she even divorces him. See, if she was smart, she would just stay with him until he gets big time, and then take him for half he's worth. But she'll pull a Ray Rice on him. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll get fired from the league. So yeah, thanks, George. Appreciate the support.
Seriously, garlic croutons, dude.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, whatever happens to him, he deserves it. I tell any man stupid enough to date a Western 304, I say it all the time. You deserve what is coming to you, and nothing. What is coming to you is not going to be good.
Yeah.
What about the theory that because I think he's gay, and that's her.
Yeah,
that could be his theory.
Either that, or he has either that, or he has a cock fetish. Either that.
I think he's mentally. I think he's mentally retarded, man. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
like you can look at his face, like you can look at his eyes and tell like he's not all there. And then when he talks, he's really really nice and everything, but I think he's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, he does. He does look like he's missing a chromosome.
No, he's got extra to spare.
Yeah, no, he has got an extra one.
Hey, you guys!
And the thing is, guys, you always notice like every photo you see him in, he always smile. Like, not if a black man smiles with your teeth open, like all the time like that.
That isn't true. Not at all. You know what it is?
Just look at it. Like almost all his photos.
Nah.
Well, they say ignorance is bliss, so he's probably pretty happy.
No, there's nothing wrong with smiling because I smile a lot because life is funny. Because life is funny to me. I'm serious. If you guys, honestly, think about like with what we know, and you look at how stupid people act. You just have to laugh, guys. I smile all the time because I look how stupid people are, and it makes me laugh every time. That I see some B-dub who's miserable, acting stupid in traffic, I just laugh. I'm like, you this is how good driving that busted Altima with no tags, getting pulled over by the cops. That's the best her life is ever gonna get, and that's funny to me. Mm-hmm. So he said, "Where's his drool catcher?" Yeah, dude. Remixer, what's up, dude? Yeah, but yeah. I think that there might be something to the whole him being zesty thing, and this is all a thing. What was he thinking?
I don't know, but that debate that question the guy brought up, it just reminds me. Remember when you had posed the question like, "Who's the biggest simp?" Will Smith, Dwayne Wade, and these. But I'm like, a lot of those people are kind of down low, like Will Smith and Dwayne Wade. So it's kind of like weird to just say they're simps because they're just kind of they have a other life that they're covering.
Well, hey, you know
I like Doug Emhoff.
Yeah, who's the biggest
husband?
Down low, dude, is Pedro. Dude, have you seen how this guy dresses? He wears
is that the dude from Last of Us?
Yeah, he wears
and Andor.
Dude, no. So the Andor guy's a different guy. What?
Oh, that's the Mandalorian dude.
Guys, he wears. Oh yeah, the Mandalorian guys. He wears skirts.
Stop
it, guys.
He's far left though. If you look at it,
well, okay. I'll say this. Over in Europe,
come on,
like, I don't know what they put. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Come on, man.
There's no defending that. There's no defending that. Yeah.
Oh my God,
dude.
Man.
The zest is strong with this one.
Oh my God!
Come on, man! Bro. Look at this guy.
I'm surprised about this guy.
What's with all the?
You're breaking up again, Pyro.
Puff Daddy outfits.
Oh, I don't know, man. This guy right here.
Yeah,
I mean, it must be the outfit. Hollywood. It's Hollywood, so most of the dudes over there is just.
He looks like
Zesty Wood.
He looks like he would sue Puff Daddy if he didn't get an invite to the free call.
Let's look at the
Did you guys see? There were supposedly like recordings of it was like Will Smith, Puffy, and someone else smashing each other. Who was it, guys?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it was Dwayne Wade, Puffy, and Will Smith just. Oops.
No. I mean, Dwayne Martin.
Yeah. Disgusting, dude. Nasty. Anyways, here we go.
And just say it's stuff like this.
Choose your character.
You guys remember this?
Yeah. Cringe.
You can't even do a fighting stance. You can't even do a fighting stance. Look at this guy. He's the only person that makes a fighting stance look zesty.
He didn't want to do the same thing either. Yeah.
Look at that, guys.
Are they playing like Super Smash
my
Brother
God.
Brawl
Snowboarder
from music?
Your goddamn uncles.
guys, one at a time, guys.
That's the uncle
Just
that
one at a
touched
time.
me.
No, guys, this is what's his name? Beto my stork, whatever this guy's name was. You guys remember when there was the shooting and then he tried to like walk up and he was like trying to be all like crazy? And, yeah. Oh, this is your fault. It's your fault. And everyone's like, shut up, Beto, you wuss, you know? Huh. Is that Cory Booker, guys? If anyone's the master of the skin flute, it's freaking Cory Booker, dude. I'm serious. You guys noticed that they said that he was with Rosario Dawson during his presidential run, and then you haven't seen him with a chick since?
Yeah. I really thought that, like, when I seen him with her, I was like, "There's the perfect candidate." Now I'm seeing like he's really zesty. Like,
yeah.
He was their one hope.
Cory Booker like filibustered for like
that's
24 hours
after
recently,
ignoring
like a month ago.
Yeah,
like not
the
like I
economy.
think he holds a record for it, but that definitely means he's like a chick that just keeps babbling, complaining.
Yeah.
24
So
hours.
guys, he has the record for the biggest line of bullshit.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
24 straight hours he filibustered.
Yeah. He has like the record, quote unquote record.
How do you do? How? Oh man, he's
exploding prices and our open southern border to go all in on social justice and saving democracy. They're stunned to see that their former working class coalition is vanishing. But hey, it's nothing a check to a DC think tank can't fix. And what is, astonishing to me about this and the $20 million plan that they have is they want to go after young men. They realize that President Trump won this last election because of his outreach to young men who are so lost in this country and looking for direction, and also the different platforms that he used to get his messaging out there.
Well,
Brian,
guys, even that language right there, men aren't lost.
I was just about to point that out. Notice whenever you don't vote for them, it's always some sort of negative, negative remarks towards you, like you don't know what you're doing, like you're incompetent because you didn't vote for them.
The moral compass is off.
Yeah, even this party that got the votes were like, "Oh, men are just lost." No, men are just working. Men oftentimes don't care. You got to give us a reason to not pay attention to our jobs and paying bills. That's why men get inspired, because you have to inspire men to give a damn about issues that aren't practical. You know what I'm saying? Because guys, a lot of the stuff they're talking about, the economy, that's an abstract concept to a regular working guy. You know what I'm saying? Why should I care? And it takes the right type of candidate to actually get these guys to care, So
I don't really think they care about young men. I just think they realize they lost that vote. And so they need to try to buy it basically in the next election if they want to win again. But then that speaks exactly to what the problem is, which is they still don't understand why they lost. They still don't get it.
Well, they knew men were involved in losing.
Right.
So they got that part of it. But they care for men like a scientist cares for whatever's in the petri dish when they're looking through the microscope.
As the men built the petri dish, as they built the microscope, as they keep the lights on, as we build the buildings, as we put the air filter in to keep the air clean. Isn't that crazy, guys? Come on, man.
Just like if you're studying men, you already wrong. You are on the wrong track if your approach is to study men. Here's the thing they think President Trump has like this magic formula with men. He didn't have a magic formula with men. All he said is, you're not evil, you're not racist, and you're not existentially wrong for being a man. That's it.
But I wouldn't even say that.
Yeah, me either.
I would say, guys, he was just being a regular guy candidate that might have talked a little bit of shit, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's why we like them.
Yeah, but Kamala Harris was so bad. What was so, because it's not just the fact that she was a bumbling idiot and a woman. She's probably the worst candidate since that idiot that tried to run against FDR on an isolationist platform right before we got into World War II. Oops.
Yeah, but remember, like,
we don't need to worry about Japan. They will never come for us. And then Pearl Harbor happened. Oops, that guy. You never heard from him again. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
Remember even early on in her campaign, she didn't want to talk to anybody.
Nope.
It was hard to get an interview with her. Meanwhile, Trump was out there everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Even when he was president. Guys, think about this, because the Democrats made a good point. Even while Biden was president, Trump was still running for president.
Yep.
Like, he never stopped.
He never stopped.
He lost, and then he went back to running. You know what I mean? He was still doing events and everything. It was insane. So,
and men are like, "Oh, thank you. I appreciate that." And then the other thing he basically said is, "Now I'm going to leave you alone to live your life." And that is actually what guys want. But they don't want to be studied.
Yeah.
Like there's some animal in the wild.
Yeah, and that proves once again, guys, because I said this: society's treating boys and young men like we're a pathology that needs to be fixed. That's why school, they're acting like the way that women are is the default, and the way men are isn't. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when guys, men, we are the default. We are normal. We are dependable, basic creatures. Women are the complex, crazy, emotional, chaotic ones. Men are order. Men are routine. Men are dependable. Men are reliable. And women are the exact opposite. But they're trying to act like we're the strange ones? What are you talking about? Josh, what's up, dude? He says, I don't understand how they can stand there and admit that they're going to spend tax dollars to push males to vote for them. Isn't that a big issue in the rules? Oh, yeah.
Wild that nobody's seen before. And what are his movements? And they definitely don't want to be compared to Tim Walz. I'd get rid of that guy right away.
Look, you're talking about sincerity. President Trump led with sincerity. He knew what was wrong with them, what was wrong in society. He said it and said he was going to make changes. That's you can't fake sincerity, right? And the Democrats are faking sincerity. They want to study.
Especially, guys, I can respect anyone if they're sincere and if they actually stand by their beliefs, even if I disagree with their beliefs. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's the thing about the orange man. He said what he said. He meant what he meant, you know? And people, or even if he didn't mean it, people believed it. You know what I mean? So even if you could say, oh, he didn't mean what he said, sincerity, he got people to believe it. And that's better than what knucklehead Harris did, you know?
Here's my bigger issue is, why do you need to spend any money? I thought, maybe I'm wrong. The job of a politician is to be for the people. Go out and talk to your
guys. This is the wrong Fox News one. Here's another one. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is this Fox News? Okay, I think I'll have to pause this one a bit, but it's fine.
Can $20 million buy the Democrats some street cred with the cool kids? Well, they certainly hope so. The party is spending big to win back those Joe Rogan-loving men who flocked to President Trump. Apparently, Tim Walz doing manly things like fixing cars and pheasant hunting didn't quite.
I didn't see him fixing the cars.
Look at this guy. That's a man right there, please.
The lie detector determined that was.
What a joke.
Are dropping $20 million on a new project. It's called Codenamed Sam, short for Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan. And it promises investment to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. I do not know why they spent $20 million on it. It recommends buying advertisements in video games, amongst other things. But can you actually buy authenticity? This Democratic strategist apparently does think it's possible.
If you dig in on what Democrats are researching right now, you're going to find a lot of silly stuff. You're going to find people asking a lot of questions, people asking about syntax and do I drop the G from this word and this and that? And it's going to be a lot of that. So let me just warn everybody, that process is going to be very obnoxious.
He's right. He's right.
We're really talking about young men, right? Young men who Democrats have not figured out a consistent pitch for how to get in front of. And
a good politician that actually, guys, if you're going to do things that are actually good for society, you don't have to pitch to men. Because us men, it's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most men look and see like, this is inflation. This is how you fix it. Okay, let's go. These whole wars thing, probably not a good idea. A good 80 to 90% of us men, when confronted by practical issues, pretty much go the same way, right? The issue is
exactly men. We do things for the greater good. Women or the female creatures, they only do things that benefit themselves.
Yes. Yep. When men win, everyone wins, and when women win, women win. It's crazy, man.
I think it starts with authenticity. Stop creating purity tests for people because they don't agree with you 8 or 9, 10 times.
Right. See? And guys, that's the thing about the Democrats. I have an echo from someone. So whoever you are, if you can mute until you talk. I don't know who it is. Yeah, so Steve, I think it's you. So I have an echo. Just unmute when you talk and then mute again. So guys, this whole thing of saying we have to figure you men out so we can tell you how to get better is clown world. You know what I mean? And it's just condescending foolishness that men are just tired of it. Steve, mute until you talk. I have an echo. No.
Can you hear me?
So yeah, I'm muting you now. Just unmute when you talk. So,
but yeah, getting Young Guns back on.
AJ,
yeah,
you know this whole thing where
Colin, now your mic is acting up. Everyone, guys, check your mics and make sure that your connections are good because oftentimes I click
with
these
new terms to shame us and try and shame us into submission.
Yeah, it doesn't work, guys, because guys are just saying, "Oh." So I was thinking of this, guys. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. Guys, everyone on the panel, let's pump the brakes. So you guys know how I was saying that guys are saying, what am I getting out of this, right? That's like the most powerful question, like the most, it reverberates all through Western society. Guys are stopping to say, we are sacrificing, we're working our butts off, we're risking our lives at work, we're doing all this stuff. What are we getting out of this? Guys, the second most powerful question there is or what? Or what? Or what? Right. Well, Colin, you need to stop saying these misogynistic things. Colin says, or what? You need to stop saying things that might offend people of color. Colin says, or what? What are you going to do about it? That's what young men are asking now. That's what men are asking.
Right.
These Democrats that are trying to shame you, or what? What are you going to do about it? Think about how insane, what are they going to do? What do you guys think? Oh, you can't say that, or what? You can't not hire this person, or you can't get rid of your DEI, or what? And they don't have an answer. Yeah. That's the thing about the shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Once a guy actually realizes, wait a minute, you can't do anything to me. Cancel culture only works if, especially men, care about what the people trying to cancel them say. Because look at that one thing where it was like the LDHD TV, the Human Rights Council. They had that rating. What was it called? It was some rating that that they would give these corporations the corporate equity index. And for years, they would bully people with this. If you had a low number, then it showed that you didn't care about all this foolishness, right? So these companies would make all these decisions that would go against their customers. Harley Davidson, Disney, Bud Light, Gillette. And now everyone's just saying to hell with it.
Yeah.
They've all dropped out of this equality index. And they're like, if you don't change, we're going to... And he's like, and you're going to do what? And they have no answer.
Yeah.
Guys, that's a very, very powerful thing. When these people that have been using this, all they have is shame.
Yeah.
Bullying people. And then one day these people look at and they call their bluff or what? What? To hell with you. And then nothing happens. And then one company saw, the next one followed, the next one followed, because they realized it's all, what is it called? A paper tiger or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, Snowboard, what were you saying?
We give them the power of allowing the guilt to affect us, which it is a powerful thing too. So it's not easy to just overcome it. But the red pill is basically saying, like, I'm not participating in that social game, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So then it can't really affect you. So if they're going to try and guilt and shame you and stuff, I didn't know like they had a lot of those scores in companies, but that's done now. So if you don't allow them to guilt you and stuff, then it doesn't, like, the guilt only works if you allow it to affect you. Mm-hmm. So they're going to try to do that, but if you allow it to affect you, then it will work for them. So really it's up to you.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Team Democrat is just one piece of the rebrand puzzle. Barack Obama's former chief of staff, Rahm Emanuel, is calling his party's brand weak and woke. A speculation mounts that he'll run for president in 2028. And Rahm's not the only one with ideas on how Democrats can win again.
The Democrats have forgot that maybe we should just talk to people like people. We don't need to do studies on it. We don't need to meet at hotels. How about we just go to community meetings?
It is not the question of what the party's image is, but is what does the party stand for? If the party takes position,
nothing that any of us agree with, right, guys? Guys, can you think of one thing? Wait, Jarvik says, how do I tell my mostly female management that I'm not at work to play husband? Jarvik, you just pull out your PD.
That's what I was going to say.
Pull out your position description and say, this is what I'm here to do. Right? And then other than that, don't see you're the work husband because you talk to them. Don't talk to them. Keep to yourself. Have lunch, read a book. Don't use your iPad. Even bring an actual book or something where you shows you're busy and say, leave me alone. The only reason why chicks do the work husband thing is because you make yourself available. You know what I'm saying? Or was that Chris?
Oh no, I was gonna say consistency pays off. I'm a living testament. You'll have I've developed that policy. Just don't talk to hoes at work. Somebody will notice. Trust, and a lot of times it's actually like a onlooking like women in management that's actually responsible. She'll stick up for you if you're like consistently like, nah, just
or
they'll see the hoes trying to talk to you and you're just like, please, I'm good.
Yeah, or start wearing a fake wedding ring.
Yeah.
Get a ring. Well, that might make them talk to you more. Actually, never mind. I lied. Never mind. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. So Matthew says, start eating their lunches.
Nice. Positions on issues.
That has Can you think of anything that you agree with the Democrats on?
Oh yeah, I'm pro Transformers in sports. I'm in agreement of that. I know people don't.
I don't mind it either. Really, I don't care.
Yeah. That's the only thing that I can see, because then the sports might actually be interesting. You know what I'm saying? I want to actually see some Transformer basketball players slam dunking like regularly, scoring like 17,000 points per game. You know what I'm saying? So that actually be pretty interesting.
That are weekend woke, it will seem weekend woke.
Yeah, I don't think nationally the Democratic brand helps very much anyway. I mean, anywhere. If it did, we wouldn't have lost to Donald Trump twice.
Well, Harold, it's great to be back around the table.
Good to be with you. I'm glad you're
Do
back.
Democrats love to just waste money?
I hope everybody had a good weekend. I don't think Democrats are wasting money on this effort if
the lie detector determined that was a lie.
the effort is organized and designed right. I think if the effort is trying to come up with new words or words that you think will appeal to people, then it will be a waste of money. If the exercise to try to
But guys, these Democrats, they're like, oh, I went to 4 years of underwater lesbian crystal studies. I know all about human interaction. Yes. They have this academia. We can study everything. We're so much better. Man in the high castle type thing, where they're never going to just actually sit down with people that they feel that they despise or that they have no respect for. Guys, in order to understand something, you have to have a respect for it. In order to understand a person, you have to have some type of respect for them or have good faith. And right now, that's impossible with the Democrats.
Try to figure out how you develop and implement an affordability agenda for every working American, be they middle-class Americans, wealthy Americans, Americans trying to enter and graduate into the middle class. If the effort is to find ways in which to show that not investing in critical research, not investing in things that so many of our universities, from the University of Florida to Harvard University to the University of Michigan, are engaged in, that are making the world a safer place, America a safer place and healthier place. If the focus is there, then you begin to try to populate words around that agenda that will resonate and connect with voters.
You like to hear yourself talk, don't you, dude? Guys, look, he's still talking. Look at this. He still talks.
It would be a waste of money.
So I think, Jesse, what he's saying, and get your comment, is basically you have to know what you stand for before you decide what you're going to say about it.
Right. It's like hiring Don Draper for an ad campaign for a product that doesn't even exist. Usually the commercial happens after you have a new product. Harold is the only real man left in the Democrat Party. Democrats should save 20 mil and watch The Five for free. Democrat men are afraid of offending minorities and women and the woke snobs. And the voters are like dogs. We smell fear. And it's just all over the Democrat process. Saying the right thing doesn't matter. It's about doing the right thing. Democrats need to figure out what the right thing is and then do it, instead of trying to trick men into believing they're doing the right thing for the wrong reasons. Remember when they couldn't define what a woman was? Now they're trying to define what a man is.
Yeah.
It's like an anthropologist.
That's true. That's true, guys. That's very, 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 very true.
Studying the uncontacted tribes of the Amazon jungle. Except Democrats aren't even flying to Brazil. They're paying other people to listen to Rogan. There's the NBA playoffs going on. We just finished with football. We're talking about going to sports. I haven't seen them in a single game. They're not even putting in the work that needs to be done. Males are half the voting population. Whites are like 2/3 of the country. I mean, these are large blocks of voters.
Yeah, like, how hard is this to understand, right? Like, this is simple math. And guys, you know who don't understand math the most is B-dubs, right? Why are there 50-50 black people and white people? Because blacks are 13% of the population. You dumb. We don't have the numbers. How does that make sense?
That they have no idea how to deal with. Bottom line, men don't like to be controlled. We don't like being told we can't say, what vaccines we have to be putting in our body, what cars to drive, what food to eat. And if they ever find a liberal Rogan, they're going to control them. They're going to tell them what topics not to do, what guests not to have. It's going to be the same thing. And they're admitting by this stupid study for 20 million.
And there won't be any guests who will want to go on his show because, once again, they're going to have to tiptoe around everything and not actually be able to focus on content. The guy Douglas Murray is going to go off, and then we have one more clip here. So
In the US, with the Democrats, who are a broken party right now, they're leaderless, they're rudderless.
Make sure to hit the
and
like
the
button.
solution to that is to spend
I
20.
appreciate that, guys. Hit the super chat button, guys. You can hit the join button for memberships. I'd appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
$50 million to research how to win back American men. Yes, the plan, codenamed SAM, or Speaking with American Men, a strategic plan, promises to use the funds to, and I quote, study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. Douglas, you're a man. What is your advice to the Democrats? How can they win back male voters?
One of them, I'd start by not talking about the virality of male spaces. I think that's immediately going to be off-putting. It's so strange, isn't it, Reed? I mean, tens of millions of dollars, well done to the consultants who've squeezed that out of Democrat donors and others. It's really, I could save them the money. I'll tell them now. All you have to do is to show male voters in America, as with female voters, simply that you're on their side.
Yep.
That you don't hate them, that you don't look down on them or regard them as second-class citizens. You don't think they should move aside or stay in their lane or hand over privilege or anything else. You just demonstrate that you're on their side and that you understand their concerns. And if you do understand their concerns, you don't then dismiss their concerns as being always racist, misogynistic, heteronormative, and so on. It's really so easy. But yeah, $20 million to some people who'll give worse advice than I just gave for free.
You should invoice, because I think that's far better than studying the syntax and virality of male space as well. Now, let's go to Disney. There's reports that Disney and ABC bosses have urged the ladies of The View to just scale back some of their political...
Good luck with that, right, guys? You guys, isn't it funny that Douglas Murray is zesty? Like, he's LDHD TV, but he understands this, like, more than, like, the pathetic excuses for men that are Democrats. Guys, can you think of a single masculine Democrat man?
No.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Nope.
And I dare them to try and run Kamala Harris again, or have him try and run AOC, or have him run Butt Cheek. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Commentary, perhaps tone down their anti-Trump diatribes, which can get a little bit demented. It's not gone well. Whoopi and co cannot bring themselves to even admit that there may be a problem or two in South Africa. Have a listen to this.
I made movies in South Africa. I've been in South Africa. I sent your son to South Africa to talk to people that I know who still live there. There's no white genocide.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Guys, who believes that, right? Guys, we've seen the footage. We've seen this. Guys, have you actually looked at what's going on in South Africa? And it's so funny because like,
Yeah, they're
all
massacring.
the white people they've got all the farms, because every time that they've tried to turn the land over to other people, they've ruined the land. People have starved. I think it was Zimbabwe, right, where they took all the land and gave it to everyone that had no clue how to farm, and then all of a sudden there was famine everywhere.
Yep, and they begged all the white people to come back.
Yep, it's true. Yep.
Okay, there's not a genocide happening.
Douglas, I would love to see you on The View, but what's your response there to the ladies? Because Whoopi's made movies in South Africa, so everything's fine there.
Yes, absolutely. She must have really got a feel for the place on the movie set, I'm sure. It's such an example, actually, of what we were just discussing about this. I'm like, why can't they accept that the situation for many white South Africans is absolutely dire, particularly in farming communities?
And no one cares. because they're Boers or they're white people. You know what I'm saying?
Why can't they accept that that might be the case and it's not a zero-sum game? I can see what they're doing. This is the classic anti-Trump movement thing. If Trump says something, you can never concede he might be onto something. You've got to say he's onto absolutely nothing and laugh off any issue he raises, including really serious ones. You know, people like the presenters on The View can say things like, well, why isn't he focusing on genocides elsewhere? Why isn't he focusing on X human rights abuse? Why human rights abuse? Look, and there are two things about this. One is, again, this is not a zero-sum game. Because many black South Africans get murdered in South Africa, mainly by other black South Africans, does not mean that no white South African suffers as well. And as for the sort of thing of prioritizing, I'd say that, you know, there's a very obvious answer that the Trump administration can give to this, which is there are many countries in the world that prioritize all sorts of human rights concerns, but very few that have even noticed the human rights violations against white South African farmers. And so, yes, if nobody else is mentioning it, if it's not the cool thing, the cool genocide for the View women to do, then nevertheless, it's perhaps even more so.
Guys, who even watches The View? Isn't that the crazy thing? You know what I mean? Like, what kind of overweight, knuckleheaded B-dubs watch The View, you know? But guys, watch this last one, and then there's a couple of Reddit threads we'll look at. And guys, make sure to hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. Where are we on the likes here? Yeah, we have 86 likes, guys. Appreciate that.
Of DEI has turned off a generation of male voters, white and minority alike. The New York Times looked at what Democratic donors and strategists have in place to win men back, writing the prospectus for one new $20 million effort obtained by the Times aims to reverse the erosion of Democratic support among young men, especially online, and promises investment to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. It recommends buying advertisements in video games, among other things. To try and get back their male voters, they want to, quote, study the syntax to understand them. Republicans could only be so lucky. Next, importance of messaging, how to understand Americans. Michael Maslansky, pollster, strategist, messaging expert. They could have just called me. Really, is it that hard? Is it that hard to figure out what young men are into?
You know, I think for a party that has really focused on people other than young men, it probably is. Whether this is the right strategy to address it, it's probably not. But they, you know, you referenced this focus on fairness and the example of the repayment of loans. I mean, the party has been very focused on identity groups that do not include white men and especially young
cisgendered hetero white men, right? Come on.
White men for a while. And young men have recognized that. They turned to the party that talked to them, focused on them much more. And now, as what happens,
I don't even think that it was the party that talked to them. It was a party that was talking to everyone, and they didn't see anyone condescending or telling them what they need, what they should and shouldn't do, and how to be men and what men shouldn't do, and labeling them as certain things. You know, it's so bad on the left that the right just talking to everyone seems like it's not targeting anyone. You know what I'm saying?
After every election, the Democrats try to regain the lost ground.
Yeah, there was a mashup that we put together of who Democrats thought could communicate with young men and on what issues. Take a listen.
But I also was on the ticket.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Guys, tampon Timmy is the worst. He's the worst. Guys, who's worse, him or Pete Buttcheek? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Quite honestly, you know, because I could code talk to white guys watching football fixing their truck. We have not yet.
Did he just say code talk? Did he just say code talk? Look at this guy.
Beta!
Oh, and then there's Emperor Beta right here, guys. Look at that.
Beta male!
Look at this guy.
See the same energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities. I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Yeah. Oh, we have microphones in ours.
They caught you. They caught you, you knucklehead. We need to make ground with young men. Ugh. Guys, how?
Everything.
Again, I don't think Republicans could be so lucky.
Well, first I would say is if you're using the word code talk, then you're already
then you're already a beta, right? Then you're already taking it up the poop chute. I mean, let's be honest.
beta, fighting a losing battle. I mean, the Dems have this whole lexicon that is only understood by a small group of people who really kind of focus on this stuff. And I study language all the time. We do research on how to talk to different people on different issues. But the important thing is that you have to have something to say. And I think what is missing is not so much the ability.
No, it's just called "Don't be an asshole," right, guys?
Yes,
simple.
agreed.
That's it.
To communicate a message, if you have one, it is the fact that really, if you look at what the Democratic Party stands for and their focus, as it has been over the last 2 to 4 years, is they really don't have a message for young white men.
Well, I would disagree with you. I'll give you the last 10 seconds, but they had a message. It was that you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, you're a misogynist. You need to explain your privilege.
Well, I would just say yes. And even if it wasn't explicitly that, the fact that all of the focus went to other identity groups and they were left out, the natural reaction, if you're talking about everybody else and you're not talking about me, is that I'm being excluded. And that's the way that they felt. And what they need to fix is to talk to people directly, but they have to actually care about that group more than just their vote. They have to care about the issues that matter to them. And it's much deeper than just figuring out the words at this point.
The American people, even young men, have an amazing ability to figure out whether people are being genuine or not. Michael, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and
look at that, guys. Look at that. All right, guys. Here's a Reddit thread. So Democrats spending millions to learn how to speak to American men. Hold on.
We must be speaking a different language for them to, to be spending that much money.
This guy says, problems. So the Democrats are run by communications majors from elitist universities. Solution, consult communication majors from elite universities on how to fix it. Yeah. Look at that. Having more working class candidates would be a start. Someone says, meanwhile, AOC is impressing the hell out of people everywhere she goes. What?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
What are you talking about? Look at that. Someone says millions in wasted consulting fees. Look at that. All these people can't spell either. Yikes, man. Someone says universal health care. How to win. Universal health care, pro-choice, tax the 1%. Come on.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that, guys.
Hey, is it I don't know if I can do this. Is it possible if I can send you a video that's like perfect for this topic?
Yeah, put it in the private chat. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Got you, man.
Know this, man. Someone says you need consultants and $20 billion to do this. Do they have nephews? Yeah. Look at that. Someone says this plan will not work. So the right took advantage of podcast, sports, and video game culture to make it right coded. The origins are actually quite organic. Yep. Said Democrats can't grow a Joe Rogan or a Theo Vaughn in a test tube. Facts. Yep. Someone says the plan. So the Democrats are donors and strategists have been gathering at luxury hotels to discuss how to win back working class voters. Look at that. What a mess. Guys, this is real. You know? Look at that. So one long-time Democratic researcher has a technique she leans on when nudging voters to share their deepest, darkest feelings. She asked them to compare America's two parties to animals. After about 250 groups of swing voters, she said that Republicans are seen as apex predators, like lions, tigers, sharks, beasts that take what they want. The Democrats are typically tagged as tortoises, slugs, or sloths, slow, plodding, and passive. So when this Democratic chick in Georgia suggested a very different kind of animal symbolized her party, she said a deer in headlights. Yeah. Look at that. These people are absolutely nuts. Yeah. This guy says, take a white guy who talks tough and isn't politically correct. Other than that, Dems keep the same stance on issues. I'm telling you guys, have a populist, loudmouth guy, you know? And guys, Jasmine Crockett's the absolute worst, man. She's the absolute worst. Someone says white dudes for Harris was such a stupid idea. Any guy that wore that, dude, take a long walk off a short pier, you know? Uh-oh, here we go. This is from Reddit left-wing male advocates. So in other words, this whole thing's about a bunch of betas, right?
Beta!
Look at that. If Democrats are really spending time and money how to research and reach American men, do we have an opportunity to be heard? See, just even hear this. Do we have an opportunity to be heard? Do you see how beta that statement is? You know what I'm saying? Should we be talking about a massive letter writing campaign to flood the Democratic Party of officials with how to appeal to our issues? Who wrote this? I'm not saying that it'll actually do any good, but I believe that misandry is foundational to the Democratic Party. That's true. Their worldview will collapse if they acknowledge men as victims of discrimination, hate, or erasure. But it's also true that many Democrats recognizing the corner that they painted themselves into, please.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
There could be some value in making ourselves heard. Someone says, yeah, this article says that Democrats have a messaging issue, not a we don't care about our constituents, but want their votes issue. That's true. This is a fundamental problem with the Democrats that goes well beyond men's issues. That's true, guys. Guys, I'm telling you, because there is nothing for men on the left at all. Nothing. Because guys, even the farther left you go, the less they'll listen to you and the more work that they want you to do, right? Think about that. The farther left you go, they want you to fight for transformers' rights, right? For women's rights, for BLM, right? But guys, who's going to be the ones out there getting bonked upside the head by a cop's baton in a protest? You know what I'm saying? Who are the ones that are going to actually have to do the heavy work? And that's men. So you want to go to a party that doesn't want you to talk. You're basically a pack mule. No, it's not even pack mule. You're an attack dog. That's all it is.
Yeah. That's what they call it. Useful idiots.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Someone says, I just got it. They want to know how to make us accept their bad policies aimed at men and still get our votes. Yes. Someone says, they're basically saying how to talk at men. Look at that, guys. Hold on, there's someone else.
Oh yeah, I couldn't find a video. Is it possible to do like that present thing or no?
Oh, the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share your screen. Hold on. I don't know if you can. Hold on. If I stop sharing my screen, does the screen share button pull up? Can you see it?
Oh yeah, it says it already says present. It already says it even when you were scrolling.
Click on it.
Oh, cool. Let's see if I can pull up because it actually like encapsulates everything that's wrong and why even when you look at that study when they say most women are going to be single after the year 2030 is because most women have already been grown up and groomed to not even care about men. So now when they make that transition, so like even here when they need male votes, it's not going to be genuine and no man is really going to fall for it. So let's see if I can bring this thing up. Female dating coach. Oh man, don't tell me I don't have it.
Yeah, I hate that you find a video and then you
lost it.
Yeah, then you don't bookmark it.
No, like it was like on like my flash drive, literally on like I have like these videos that I've saved because I knew it was gonna be like really impactful. I got like 3 or 4 videos.
All right. Here,
Specific,
well,
like,
in the meantime, let's go back here real quick.
oh, I found it.
Oh, you got it. All right, here, just hit the share button. I think you can just here pull it up.
Yeah. Let me see. Share screen. Here we go. Or I might have to share the window.
Yeah. There. So we can see. Hold on. It's not sharing. Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Do you see it?
No. I see it as your camera. Hold on. Guys, I've never done this before. Hold on. Oops. Let's not do that.
The present.
Hold on, wait.
I've got my bullshit about men. I can't stop thinking about them lately. There's nothing more dangerous to a woman than a man, statistically. But no hate. I'm not even joking. No hate. This is about the journey that I've been on to transmute that into unconditional love. I started to try and see it differently. I'm genuinely curious about them. When you think of like a little boy, before they're tainted by the world, they just really, really want to make everyone in their life happy. I'm feeling a lot of compassion for men. One of the things that's going to help women ultimately is men being in a balanced, aligned state. If I focus a little bit on helping men, I'm also indirectly helping women. And a friend said to me a while ago, she was like, you help women all the time. Like, what about men? And I nearly spewed in her face. Even if I don't help anyone, I'm helping myself heal because I'm getting curious about men and I'm trying to understand them and who they are and why they are the way they are. And I'm looking for the beautiful things inside them to focus on.
Mess.
And this is why they had that study 2030 most women are going to be single because this is so such a disingenuous attempt. Like what man is going to buy this?
Yeah.
What man is going to buy that? But unfortunately women like her, they just been brought up to just hate everything about it, so they don't even try to understand them. So now when she hits that wall and she has to pivot, back in the day the hoes were able to kind of pivot, after they were done with their whole phase. Now the hoes they can't do it because they're too far gone.
The thing is that some of them are so mad that they like men, like they can't stand it. They hate men, but they're attracted to men, so they can't stand it. They cannot stand it at all. You know what I'm saying? And did you guys see this? Hold on. That Harvard ethics professor who got fired for violating ethics. I'll pull it up later, but yeah, guys. I mean, like, there's even like eggplant widows. You know what I'm saying? Like these bisexual chicks, they can't stand the fact that they don't only like women, that they like men. They can't stand it. You know?
Yo, AJ, you should see the comments. They wild.
Oh, really?
They said, "Is she autistic?" Oh man. But
Hold on,
it's gonna be a whole gang of 304s like this, man. And they're already here right now, but it all comes together when you talk about, can the Democrats win men again? No. Are men are Gen Z women gonna be able to find a husband? No. It's too far gone.
Yep.
So
here you go.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen here.
Sorry, I just have to laugh at this retard music. That my dog. That my dog. That my dog. That my dog. How in the world is anybody going to grow in a constant diet of that every single day, 24 hours a day? That's my dog. Retard music. You'd have to be retarded to find it entertaining because it's ridiculous. All right, let's talk about black women this morning, okay? Black women have become the most toxic population in the world.
Facts.
Everybody can't stand them. Nobody can stand them. White people can't stand them, and black men can't stand them, and young black kids can't stand them. How do I know this? Because they come to my counseling office and they tell me so. They tell me that they cannot stand living with these women. They beg to go live with their fathers because these women are so miserable, they basically torture them. Yeah, that's right. I had a kid tell me I wouldn't have any problems if it wasn't for my mother.
Damn.
The woman is so chaotic and so insane and so full of anger and resentment that she drives the kid absolutely insane. Any black kid will go insane in the home with a black woman, guaranteed. They're always miserable. They're always angry. They're always negative. They're toxic, man. They're just death in a bottle. You'd have to be insane to want to marry one unless you enjoy being miserable. Men now are going overseas and marrying anything but a black woman. And a black woman still can't figure it out. They think they're queens. Fat, disgusting looking, fat, dripping out of their clothes, and they're calling themselves queens.
Hey, Walk, is this you with the filter? I swear, this is Walk with the face filter on.
Nothing more delusional than a black woman. Absolutely not. And you notice that white men will hardly ever go near them unless they are top notch, or either they're insane. The white dude is insane. No race will go near black women. How many other races do you see? Do you ever see Chinese dating black women? Hell no. Don't want nothing to do with them. You don't see any races dating black women ever. Don't want their asses. And black women still can't figure out that they've become basically the most undesirable women in the world because of their attitudes. They're all negative. Most of it coming from the civil rights shit, Crockett type shit. They're powerful black women. Really it is. They're loud, they're obnoxious, and they're negative, and they're constantly screaming shit. That's what it is. They keep screaming until they get what they want. That's their power. That's powerful black women. They're annoying and they're aggravating, and you're willing to pay any price to get them the hell out of your house. That's power of black women. They're obnoxious, Dr. T.
Damn. Guys, did he tell any lie?
Nope.
Guys, I didn't hear a lie. I heard no lie at all. Hold on. There was someone who said something about this knucklehead Jasmine Crockett. Hold on. And guys, once again, they think that she's going to be the future of the Democratic Party, right? They honestly think that she's going to be the one that that's going to run for president. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is she fat?
Jasmine Crockett, this loudmouth broad? You ever seen her?
I think
I've never seen her.
Jasmine is frankly the type of leader that we're really looking to support in some sense.
See, there you go, guys. That's the Democrats for you. You know what I'm saying? They want this knuckleheaded broad in charge,
right? Somebody who is out there that frankly doesn't give a damn what the other side, at least the elected Republicans in Congress say what they believe in, and at least even if you don't agree with her, you know what she stands for.
Yeah,
because she makes it very clear. and people are really craving that right now.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess, honey.
Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States. But like, it's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard.
On March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
I think.
Isn't she a peach, guys?
And that's,
very nice.
that's who they
Lovely
want
lady.
to be president of the country.
Yeah. Just loudmouth, knuckleheaded broad. Jasmine Crockett destroys Trump. Look at that. Crockett checks GDP unconstitutional. She's not checking anyone. She's making herself look like a goddamn clown. You know what I'm saying?
But if you haven't noticed, all the left does is they push for black women to be as sassy and as degenerate as possible, and they tell them that's empowering. No, it's not. You're just being a jackass for no reason.
Yep, it's true. Loud, crass, rude, everything wrong. Just see that they tried to have Leslie Jones host the Daily Show.
You gotta be shitting.
What a mess. What a mess. What is this?
While millions of Americans lived on food stamps, a newly elected congresswoman, 18 months into her first term, had somehow acquired 3 multi-million-dollar homes.
What?
Not through inheritance, not through undisclosed side businesses, but through the personal use of government funds.
Is this real?
Went to Doha in his seat.
Is it? I think this is just AI. Is this real? Yeah.
No, that's true. He did do
yeah,
that.
but I don't trust anything that's like straight up AI channels anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because they give you all types of crazy updates on this and that. It's like, I don't know if any of that's real. They need to actually show some footage or some clips. You know what I'm saying? Because there's all types of like updates on the Puffy trial by all these channels, and they're all they're not real, you know. So yeah, she's a mess. All she does is lie and scream and yell, and everyone thinks that she's she's a firebrand. She's this, she's that.
But she code switched because she didn't act like that at first.
Yeah, guys, she grew up rich. She
grew up rich in the suburbs.
Yeah.
This is an act for her because she knows the left wants to see black women act like that.
Yep.
Are once again calling out Democratic Congressman Jasmine Crockett.
Again?
I was about to say, in my opinion, those are the worst B-dubs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about they grew up like how I grew up, like in the suburbs, but then they
yeah, but now I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black for black, y'all. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. So
Over her questionable comments. Here's what she told college graduates during a commencement speech. A commencement speech. Children's futures, right? This was over the weekend.
There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table in which there is a seat for you. But I am here to remind you of Montgomery and those folding chairs. Let me tell you that we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it.
Now I'm watching the faces of the wise gentlemen behind her, and they are not flinching. I don't know if that landed the way she wanted it to. Even in a crowd she thought she controlled. This isn't the first time Jasmine Crockett has been called out for her word choices. Last month, she used interesting, nasty language when describing President Trump in a post about former Vice President Kamala Harris's election loss. Here she is.
Oh yeah, she's talking with the chair
Y'all
thing.
know
She's
we
talking
gotta
about that incident with the white dudes.
Yeah, in Alabama. Yeah, the peer incident.
Oh, hey guys, hold on. Let me just do this really fast. Did you guys see this? So Andrew Wilson, he debated this knucklehead, right?
I can already see it's going to be bad.
This guy,
I
right?
already said because people should protect those who are weaker than them.
Now you guys can tell. I mean, just look at this guy, soy, right? Soy, just tofu. Was it? You killer tofu. Scozy, what's up, dude? Guys, did you know? Hold on. So this guy here, he's one of these TikTok feminist woke knuckleheads, right? Guys, watch.
So that's exactly what I did. That he does this, that he hyper focuses on the aspect of his opposition being creepy weirdos, because Oliver himself was caught up in a scandal where
so Andrew Wilson completely wrecked this guy, right? And guys, here, I'll put the link to this video here where you can see the whole thing. Andrew Wilson wrecked this guy, and then this guy was trying to cut the clips up because Andrew Wilson said, I have no problem with age gap dating. If she's 19 and you're 35 and you want to get married and have 5 kids, if she's 20 and you're 30, isn't it best to, if your object is marriage and you find a young woman that wants to get married and have a lot of kids, don't you want like a 20-year-old? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that increases your chances. That increases your odds of having healthy children.
Yeah, you're not looking for a peer because women can't be her peers. I mean, honestly, right? You're not gonna find some broad to talk politics with. But if you're 35, 40, and you're established, and you want to get married, have kids, because that's what's always happened. Guys, my great granddad, my granddad was like 28, 25 years older than my great grandma because his first wife died. He was 22 years because he was in his mid to late 30s and she was like 19. Guys, they had like 8 kids or 9 kids, and then he outlived her too. He was 107 and he died when he died. But guys, why would a 40-year-old man even get with like a 35-year-old chick if he wants 4 kids? I'm just saying in the most basic biological sense here, because guys, age gap dating is a thing in South America and Africa and parts of Asia. You know, guys, let's just pump the brakes and say, right? Let's just say that everyone in this chat has a daughter who's 20 years old. You know? And you have 2 guys who want to marry her. One is a 21-year-old guy that has nothing, or the other guy is like a 38-year-old partner at a law firm that makes $300,000 a year, or even makes 6 figures, has retirement, has a pension, right? Wouldn't you kind of want a guy that's a little bit older and has stuff to marry your daughter? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, not only that, he's more settled. The guy her age he's just going to cheat on her.
Yeah.
And get her pregnant and leave her.
But a lot of chicks want older guys anyways. You guys walk. You're my age. You remember back in high school. We couldn't
get girlfriends because we had all these old dudes.
Yeah,
pull up in cars with systems in them and rims. We couldn't compete with them.
Pulling up in 5.0.
5.0 right. The best we had was a 10-speed.
Yeah, man, straight up, you know. So,
or remember the Maximas? Remember the Nissan Maximas back then?
Yeah.
The Nissan Maximas with the chrome hammers on them and the sound system.
And they were always white or that blue. They had the white ones or the blue. Yeah, and guys, there was nothing you could do about it, right? Or even freshmen in college, girls were always banging the medical students. Banging the friggin' surgical residents or the guys in law school. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see an issue. And girls have this thing where they're like, age gap dating, because they don't want the other girls to try and date the older guys. You know?
Well, the problem is
because they waste their years.
All those women that were our age, AJ, now they realize the error of the ways. Now they realize that the men who are going to go back for those young girls are their dating options, and
Yeah,
they don't
for
want
sure.
that to happen.
Yep. So that this kid that Andrew Wilson's talking about tried to clip it and make it look like Andrew Wilson's you're a chomo or whatever. Guys, 19 and 20 is an adult. And I wouldn't date a 19, 20-year-old girl. But I'm just saying, like, if your goal, let's just say that you're that Walk was like, because Walk, you're 48, right?
Yeah, she was Amish, baby.
Let's just say that you were 10 years younger and you were making the money that you're making now. And you met, I don't know, some girl that's like a former Mormon that's like traditional or whatever, right? And you wanted to have kids. Let's just Thanos snap through the reality stone. What's wrong with her being like 20 or 21?
Yeah.
We're not on the same intellectual level. No woman's on the same intellectual level with you anyway.
But guess what? But guess what? They're okay with the rainbow. Like they tell you to, like, they want to be with whoever they want to be with, and you shouldn't judge them.
Yeah.
You should live and let live. You shouldn't tell nobody what to do. But when it comes to age gap dating, oh my God, not that.
Yeah. And also, guys, they don't mind when some old broads, some 45-year-old chicks with like an 18-year-old guy.
What's her name? They didn't say anything when Ashton Kutcher and what's her name?
This guy. Was this Aaron Taylor Johnson? This guy here?
Yeah.
His wife is like 49 and he's like 22 or something. Hold on. Dude, she's known him since he was a kid. And now they're like married and have kids.
Wow.
Hold on. Okay, he's 34, she's 57. They've been together for 13 years. So he was 21 and she was 44.
God, yeah, you know that thing's dry.
Disgusting, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And guys, she's known him since he was a teenager.
Yeah, it doesn't work the other way, because the older women get, the more like they try, like sex becomes uncomfortable for them.
Look at this. Look at how young he was.
I mean, most young dudes have a male fetish.
Well, that's because it's easy, guys. If you ever bang an older chick, it's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
Godfather, what's up, dude? TJ, what's up, man? Yeah, guys, this is come on, man. This isn't even natural, you know. So, who you saying?
Yeah, he called her a groomer.
Yeah, because she's known him since he was like 15. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the true definition of a groomer.
Yeah, disgusting. Yeah. So, guys, here we go. So this guy here, so Andrew Wilson, he was debating this guy that tried to make him seem like he was all about PDF filing, you know?
When he was younger, I guess, beginning of his TikTok career, the accusation is that he was underage girls. On you know, I don't remember if it was on TikTok or during, you know, some type of call that he was on, but that's the accusation. And then he came back and rebranded himself as Super Ultra Feminist 9000 as part of the humiliation ritual that leftists generally have to go through.
Isn't that how it always works, though, guys? All these pro-feminist dudes that try and throw themselves across broken glass to please the women, right? It's all because they've all had this type of stuff going on. Guys, make sure to hit the like button, guys.
They got to go back and get that pound of flesh.
Guys, hit the join button for a membership. I'd appreciate that.
In order to be kind of considered back into the mainstream again. As an attorney, arguing and focusing for hours at a time is physically exhausting. It's surprising how draining it is. Yeah, it's very draining. Very draining. Yeah, you didn't know that? Here,
There you
How about
go.
I just show it to you guys.
Hey guys, Joseph the World here. Sorry it's been a week, but I've just been busy. Anyway, let's get into the point of today's video. Today we're going to be talking about
what happened to British dudes, man. Did they just put like nothing but soy in their tea now, or what? You know, come on, man.
the house. A TikToker, or was a TikToker, with almost 700,000 followers before he got banned, which I'm not surprised by considering what we know now. Now, originally, this dude was accused of grooming minors and some other things I'm unaware of, but probably aren't as bad as this accusation. But I'm not going to talk about the other situations. I'm going to talk about the grooming accusations, which it doesn't look.
Here, there's better ones. I would prefer to listen to somebody that I can understand.
It's always the people that you're not supposed to be worrying about being the people that you need to worry about. Today, we're talking about Oliver Niehaus, a liberal political TikToker who was the face of liberal logic. He would go on Omegle and he would absolutely destroy people in debates.
Well, he didn't destroy me in a debate. In fact, the opposite happened, where Oliver got completely eviscerated on almost every single point that he made.
That he himself forced upon people.
That's another thing that these woke people do. These woke TikTokers, they go ad hominem like immediately, right? And then act like them attacking you. It's like, oh, I owned you, I'm winning. And then they always do that thing that women do, like where they say your name. Now, Chris. Okay, now I'm trying to make a point, Chris. Like, dude, yeah, that's such a female thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tall Starlight, what's up, man? Good to see you.
He is the king of having no life, sitting on Omegle and just arguing politics all day, as if that.
Does this guy have a thing that says virginity rocks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know Omegle was still a thing.
Well, the male Christians of today, they've taken the place of the female Christians back then. Like, I remember female Christians in the early 2000s would have posters like this. Now it's the male Christians that
and
have
a purity ring.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
right. A purity ring as they're letting friggin' Gavin pump the pooper. Please. Steve, man, thanks for handing out a membership, my friend. I really, really, really appreciate that. Thanks so much.
That's going to do the world any good. Well, unfortunately, like Joe Rogan and Calvin Brandel, some other liberal political TikTokers, he was exposed for exposing himself. He exposed himself on FaceTime to an underage girl without her consent.
Now, guys, underage people can't give consent at all, you dumb. What are you talking about?
No matter what he says, no matter how long he tries to refute it, what he is saying is not true at all. He actually debunks his own arguments in his apology video.
Josh, here's the thing. Guys, I don't believe in waiting until marriage. I don't. Right? I think you should look. Guys need to get it while they can, honestly, or at least get it out of your system. Unless, guys, look, if you're gonna wait until marriage and be a virgin, then she damn well better be one. And guys, you need to take her to the doctor and get a straight up test. Because guys, these chicks will say that they're virgins, but Chris, what percentage of chicks do you think over the age of 17 are actually virgins now?
Probably about 5%.
Yeah. And that's
Come
being
on.
nice.
Yeah, that's being generous. 5% is being generous.
Come on, dude. Come on, man.
They've literally done tests where they show, like, after the age of 16, like, the virginity rate
just says none.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. but you got to actually go and get a test to make sure the hymen's there. And guys, even then, there's chicks that'll get the surgery to actually put it back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you can't do. That's why she can't be old enough to where she can like get a job and save up money or even take out a loan. You got to go to where she's really, really young, like 18, 19. And if she's, then you take her to the doctor. And if she doesn't have it then oh well, don't marry her or whatever. But
Yeah. Josh, here's the thing that I agree with. So I agree with you. Okay. But here's the thing, I'm not religious, so from a religious standpoint, but we live in a worldly world here, right? And I honestly believe, guys, there are way more male virgins than there are female virgins.
Oh, way more. Way more.
So Josh, per your worldview, what's a guy supposed to do? Is he just supposed to be a virgin and then find some ran through 304? Is that a fair deal where he's a virgin and she isn't? Are just a bunch of guys just supposed to just not get married because they can't? I don't understand the solution here, right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. He said monk mode. Hey, you know what? That's what a lot of guys are doing. They're saying to hell with it. Guys, think about how bad women have to be for guys to choose nothing. Imagine that you're the only car maker in town. Like you're the only one selling cars and people are choosing to walk. How shit must your cars be?
Yeah.
Imagine you're like the only restaurant in town. Everyone's choosing to stay home and friggin' cook their own food.
Like that means you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, guys. Honestly, I think that, and also too, the whole virginity thing is not. Men don't need to do anything when it comes to virginity because men aren't giving it up men can't give it up like women do. The whole virginity thing needs to focus on women because chastity has always been really the job of women because they control access to sex. They risk the most when they're having meaningless sex. They get the worst end of the STDs. They could die in childbirth, right? You know what I'm saying? So why would they not protect their womb against Chad, Tyrone, Nug 11? It makes no sense.
Because it's not just that. It's men are territorial. I mean, we all remember how when we were little, we didn't like other guys playing with our GI Joes and Transformers. Yeah. We damn sure don't want them touching our women.
Yep. And guys, now they're not even smart enough to move to a different town and reinvent themselves. Because walk, you're old enough to remember. Some of these girls that were the town bicycle, but then you ran into them maybe somewhere else, and they had a husband or married. Like, oh snap, homeboy doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's kissing 1,000 dicks.
That his wife was, come on, ride a train.
Yeah,
and ride it. Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. But now, because guys, that's one thing that 304s used to be back in the day is quiet. They used to keep their mouth shut. Guys, I went to college with some girls that were letting the whole basketball team in the same night. But they graduated.
Wow.
They met some Poindexter, and next thing he's swooping in.
Here I come to save the day.
And she just totally acted like, oh yeah, I'm pure as a pure driven snow. And he fell for it. But now girls, they put other stuff on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And they just out and proud about being 304s, having all the signs of 304dom. You know what I'm saying? The glasses, the nails, the tattoos, right?
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
Videos about what he did, but he whipped out his to a little girl on FaceTime, and now he's made a comeback on TikTok. This was a affair that happened months before
the ones who scream the loudest are the ones who are guilty the most.
Even started YouTube, but he's now decided to come back I left a comment on his TikTok saying, "We aren't going to forget what you did to that girl." My comment was deleted and I was blocked. Most of his comments are extremely filtered. If you leave a comment related to this situation, you will be blocked by him and your comment will be deleted. He is ashamed that he has done this, and we should continue to make him feel ashamed for what he did to this little girl.
There you go.
Now I'm going to let Oliver explain what he did.
Hey, so let's talk. I want to make it very clear that I was never planning on leaving this situation.
Doesn't he just look like someone you don't want to leave around your kids? Right? You know what I mean?
Entirely, I just needed to take a break for my own mental health. It's definitely time to address the situation. My only request is that you watch this whole video before commenting. The main allegation you've probably heard is that
Yeah, I'm gonna take off.
Looks like he. You see, this dude look like he shouldn't be like 100 feet of a school.
All right, Walk. Have a good one, buddy. Yeah, sure.
Exposed myself to an underage girl without her consent. Now, it is indeed true that I exposed myself to a 15-year-old girl over FaceTime when I was 17.
Look at that. Look at that, guys.
Oh, Oliver. Oh, Oliver. 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 Oliver.
Exposed myself to an underage girl without her consent.
Poor Oliver.
It's definitely time to address the situation. My only request is that you watch this whole video before commenting. The main allegation you've probably heard is that I exposed myself to an underage girl without her consent. Now, it is indeed true that I exposed myself to a 15-year-old girl over FaceTime when I was 17.
Well, here's the thing. It's not the age in question that it was a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. It's the exposing yourself to a girl on FaceTime at all is gross, right? That's creepy ass behavior. I don't know why people are focusing on the age thing, which is not really the primary focus here. The primary focus here would be that he's exposing himself to girls on FaceTime, which is disturbing pervert behavior. This is a bummer.
Nasty.
I just thought he was young and misguided, not a total piece of shit. Yeah.
But to suggest that it was without consent is just not true. I'm going to walk through this entire situation to give you the necessary context. But I also request that you read the document in my bio in its entirety for more context. This describes that situation and much more. So let's walk through that night, and everything I'm going to say is in that document. So this was in August of 2020. I had been on political TikTok for a few months now.
Without her consent, arguably, even if you had her consent, it wouldn't make it okay. I hope he would believe the same thing. Remember how Oliver was trying to clip me out to be some kind of like SA guy or somehow perverse or perverted, or even a PDF because I said that age gap relationships between adults were perfectly acceptable. That's what he thinks is PDF behavior, but not this. This isn't PDF behavior. Just when adults have age gap relationships, that's when it becomes brilliant analysis from Oliver. Huh?
Yeah, and that's all these wokey wokes. All right, guys, we'll switch gears here because we'll just shut this down a little early because I'm not feeling too hot. But let's just switch gears.
That's the sound of the police.
Pyro Chris, anything else about the Democrats? Sheriff, what's up, dude? Anthony Williams, how's it going? Mauser Cat, how's it going? Yeah, guys. Anything else about these knuckleheads?
Yep.
These Democrats trying to win, trying to figure it out, man. Keep going.
All I have to say is these people are lost, and they they better hurry up and find out. All they could simply do is just try and just ask the dudes and try to understand, but they won't even do that. They rather spend $20 million trying to figure out why. Like it's some kind of scientific mystery.
Yeah,
it's very simple, but they don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Just the fact they have to spend money for this, men are going to see this and just men are going to see this and they're going to be like, okay, I'm never voting for Democrat ever. Mm-hmm. Just for them to even have this be a question or the language that they use. We need to study what they think. What the hell? Am I an
Don't
animal?
worry, guys. Our new candidate is is radical. Our new candidate is ill.
He's based.
He's based.
Like what? That's not gonna work.
Don't worry, guys. Our new candidate is off the hook.
They gotta be trolling.
Guys, here we go. Guys, here we have B-Dub on B-Dub action. Guys, we have a B-Dub cop versus a B-Dub in the airport. Guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Let's go. Dude. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to work, fellas.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks, man.
See you soon, guys.
Take it
See
easy.
you, bro.
On the evening of March 10th, 2024, the Orlando Police Department...
Guys, Orlando, Ohio, Florida. Guys, never, ever F around in an airport. Ever. Guys, I have a second channel. That's 50304s, guys. This is body cam footage, guys. Please go and sub to this channel, guys. It's actually growing pretty good. I will not be live so tomorrow or Friday, guys, because I'll be out of town. Unfortunately, it's a trip that I can't cancel. But guys, I'll probably be. But the Sunday live, guys, like I said, Insolent Audits, he will be on. Yeah, guys, Thursday and Friday, I'll still drop some videos, but I will not be live tomorrow or Friday. So.
To a call.
Here, that's what I was doing. Here, guys, here's the link. And guys, make sure you come over here and sub. Appreciate that. Guys, make sure to hit the like button. Guys, thanks for all you guys that are hitting up the Cash App, man. I appreciate that.
The Orlando International Airport. Airport officials requested assistance dealing with a woman who had been at the terminal for several days with no apparent business at the airport.
Was she asleep in there? She's sleeping in the airport? Look at that.
The woman had been previously asked to leave but failed to do so.
MS Bet says the level of ignorance that they prefer to pay progressive liberals to study what guys want or think is they're asking guys is so degenerate. Facts. But guys, they can't even say the obvious things like men are victims of DV and SA, and that men that the people that have the worst outcomes in society are male. Because you know for a fact that if you take the homeless veterans, guys that had their arms torn off in like industrial accidents, they wouldn't switch places with those guys for a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying?
Leading to officers being requested to enforce the trespass order against her. The following is the body-worn camera footage as officers engage the woman who becomes increasingly uncooperative and belligerent.
Trespasser. So what's going on? What's happening? Okay, so she's been here for a couple of days. Okay. We've been
Josh, if he says that I foresee myself having a non-sexual relationship at least a while. But I got a girlfriend. Josh, if you're not having sex with a girl, why would you talk to her? Guys, I'm honestly curious. Like, guys, there's no point. That would basically like having a female friend. Guys, if you're not in a committed sexual relationship with a woman, there's no point. Especially as an adult and as a successful guy. What's the point? Because, guys, if you go to, like, traditionally, men and women didn't hang out unless they were courting or married, right? How many times, guys, put a yes or a no. Did you guys ever see your dads or your granddads or your great-granddads with female friends, with friends of the opposite sex? No, I never saw my dad or my granddad with the only chicks that my dad were around were either coworkers or when there was when my mom and dad would hang out with married couples. You know what I'm saying? But guys, I'm sorry to say it. No, I'm not. I will stand 10 toes down. As a man who's an adult, there's no point in talking to a woman unless you are going to have a relationship that involves sex and other things. Because, guys, she's There's no benefit, guys. Can you guys think of any type of a benefit that a man gets? She's gonna use you to get. So, guys, remember, your non-sexual attention is what these women want more than air, right? But Josh, look, I understand your biblical beliefs, but there is no transaction because anything that she could do, you could do for yourself. The only thing that they can do is give you children, sex, and children. Anything other than that, you could do yourself. You can clean your own house. You can cook your own food. You can organize things. What do you need a woman for?
Even if you can't do those things, you can hire somebody and it'll be still cheaper.
No, guys. But even back in the day, guys, men and women, Christians for the longest time lived like how Muslims lived, where men and women were basically separate. You didn't see men and women hanging out because even in America, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, men didn't hang out. Men weren't friends. Men hung out. So the women would get together and have sewing circles. The men would drink beer. But men and women didn't just hang out. There is no transaction. The social contract is, even biblically, you're supposed to risk your life protecting and providing for your wife. She's supposed to risk her life and childbirth to bring your children into this world. If she's walked away from doing that, it's an uneven deal. Even biblically, that's not how it's supposed to work. To have some chick just in your house? Why? I cannot. You're better off hiring a maid. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's nothing more to say.
Order friggin' what's that thing that sends the meals to your house? Freshly or whatever. Yeah. But guys, I'm telling you, especially the older you get and you have peace in your 40s. Guys, do you know how many 44, 45, and 50-year-old guys are either with some battle axe or they just finally got divorced and they just have their peace for the first time in like 15, 20 years, and they never want to be around a woman again. And guys, there is nothing that a female as a friend can give you that a male friend, as far as like talking about these. Guys, here you go. If Chris has his friend who's a guy, he knows that if he needs help moving his fridge, his guy friend can come and help. If his radiator busts in his car, his friend can help him do that. What can he call a female over for? She can't do any of that. Women get they get boyfriend benefits out of male friends, but without having to have sex with them. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You shouldn't be giving boyfriend treatment to anyone that you're not having sex with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Josh, get a pet. You know what I'm saying? Get a dog. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no reason why. Women take, and you give. And usually the only way to justify them taking is you getting some sex out of it. And I know that because this is in like all the religions, this is in all of that, where men and women are not supposed to be in close proximity unless there's marriage on the table, unless they actually become some type of committed like marriage and that involves sex. Because other than that, there's no point. There's no point because we all know that this chick's gonna say she's your friend, and then, oh, Chris, oh my God, Knock was so mean to me. Oh, can I come over and tell you all about it? Ridiculous. So
and there's a male as well.
This means you need to call them, let him know I'm in each room where you can pick me up. They're gonna tell you between.
That's a woman? Look at.
There's no way.
Look Look at that.
One to four, or whatever is the oldest.
Matthew, guys, any girl who's living at your house is getting the girlfriend treatment. Period. Because even if you guys did have a female roommate, which I don't recommend, guys, she's gonna, oh my God, I'm short on rent this month. Oh my God, I can't pay the bills. Or oh my God, I'm hungry. Can you buy food? You will pay extra somehow. So
Space outside, yeah. You gotta call them.
We asked her what she was, what her business on property was. She was, I'm waiting for a friend. I said, where's your friend? She goes, I don't know.
Okay.
Just waiting for somebody to come and
That
pick
was
up.
just now.
Yeah.
Do you want to press charges or?
Would you like to press charges if she refuses to leave?
Yes.
All right.
Hi there, ma'am.
Damn, Rizzo says a rock is better than a woman without sex.
Harsh but true.
Yeah, Josh, man, get a maid. You can get a maid service for not a lot of money, man. And some chick will come to your house twice a week. I'm sorry, every 2 weeks, and just clean your house, clean the whole house. You know what I'm saying? And then you could actually have meals sent to your house, meal prepped. Or there's people you can hire to actually come to your house once a week and meal prep your meals for you. And all you got to do is heat them up. So,
Were you asked to leave by those people?
this is
Well,
funny.
they said that you're asked to leave, so at this point you got to leave.
Let me ask you this: do you have any business here?
I was waiting for someone to come back to get their stuff.
Are you flying out of here?
No.
Okay, so unfortunately, because you don't have any business here, you cannot
You ain't got to go home. You just got to get the hell up on out of here.
stay here. So here's what's going to happen, because they did ask you to leave earlier and you refused to leave. So now they're letting us know that if you do not leave at this moment, you will be trespassed. And if you still refuse to leave, we will arrest you.
Okay, I don't have a way to leave you.
We will give you a bus pass. You can catch the bus and take it off the property.
I was pretty sure I thought we had some necklace.
I'm sorry?
Can you speak up, please?
No.
I think she's talking to somebody on the phone. Whoever it is. Do you guys have a bus pass by chance?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you traveling with anyone else, or?
No.
The reason why I'm asking, because if they need a bus pass, we'll
I
give
don't
it to them
care about
too.
them if they didn't, whatever it was. I'm your home.
You have ID on you?
I'm not getting it to you.
Okay. You gotta get up and leave then.
Okay.
Right
Like I
now.
just said, I cannot.
All right, man, we're going to stop the
You're either gonna
attitude.
get up-
I just need you to grab your and go.
Let's go. B-Dub on B-Dub action, guys. Let's go.
Grab your stuff and go. You don't even have all that attitude. It's not even necessary.
I'm not even talking to her. She keeps talking to me. I don't like it.
All right, so let's do this. Let's grab your stuff and let's go.
You can grab your stuff and you need to leave right now. If you don't, you go to jail. I'll give you about 30 seconds.
I thought you said 2 seconds, you goof. Guys, why is the ponytail patrol so useless? Guys,
Hey, you can hear me?
come on.
You stupid woman.
183, come on. You nearby?
Like I just said, I cannot leave.
You're free to go.
I
All you
cannot
need to do
leave
is grab your
without
stuff.
going wherever I need to go. I cannot leave.
I'm going to need
just
a
need to
kid's
leave the
car. Can you come over
No, I
to
can't
level
leave the
1?
premises.
Are you refusing to leave?
Are you refusing to leave?
Are you refusing to leave?
I'm gonna
the
be
property?
stuck here.
Are you
bitch.
refusing
I'm going
to
be
leave?
stuck here. There's no way to get out of here.
Did we not just tell you we would give you a bus pass?
Where is it so I can go? The
Give it to me before I end up putting her in the car.
There you go.
Look at look.
That's a masculine.
Yeah, it's totally awesome. They are calling a male officer. Yeah, they are. They are.
I don't get it.
Hold on, give me a second.
That's not gonna get me where I need to go. Then I'm not.
Yeah, but it'll get you off the property and keep you out of jail. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, I'm trying to go where I need to go and not get off the property. If I'm not going where I need to go, then I don't give a about.
So you're refusing to leave the property. Is that what you're telling me? You're refusing to leave the property.
If I cannot go where I need to
leave the property?
If I cannot get to where I need to get to,
leave the
bitch,
property?
no, I'm not going to.
Ah, let's go!
If you're not invited, just leave. Why people would have it?
But Mac, do you expect these 304s to actually make sense? You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Stop resisting. Get off of me. Get off of me because I'm not going to jail.
That's what you think.
Get off of me. Get off.
Ma'am, stop resisting.
Get off of me. Stop. Get off of me. All right, calm down. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
Stand behind back.
So, 2040 over your traffic.
Get off of me. Stop resisting now. Get off of me. I'm not going to jail. Stop resisting now.
And of course, the male cop shows up. Of course.
I'm not a stupid bitch. You got it? Got it?
She looks like a biter.
Hold it down. Hold it down.
Stop resisting.
Dang, B-Dub's winded, man. That big B-Dub, she's...
Off of me. Give us your hand. Get off of me. Get off of me. I'm not going to jail. Get off of me. No, I'm not. Push at me. I got it. Push at me. I got this. Go outside.
I can't go.
Hold on, just stay there. Just stay there. Because I'm about to put our feet. I'm about to bring our feet to her ring.
Give us your hand. You're not going to make this as hard as this.
Okay, so take me. Take me. I'm gonna hit you.
Stop resisting. Get off of me. Stop. Here. Get off of my back. Stop resisting.
Stop resisting. Go ahead.
Here. Grab it. Stop resisting. You're going to get tased. I'm not going. You're going to get tased. I'm not going.
What's your name?
Do you guys see that article today where this lady's like, I couldn't handle Elon's political stance, so I sold my Tesla and got a BYD electric car. Chris, you know who BYD is, right?
BYD.
Yeah. That's a Chinese car manufacturer. Okay, so you hate Elon's. So you're going to support China. That makes perfect sense, right?
I feel like I'm going to hear that more and more often for no reason.
Why are the woke so dumb? You'd rather support China? Are you serious? It's called a BYD. They make electric cars. And they're like, this is so much better because of Elon's political views. Do you see what China's doing to the people over there? Are you serious? Now, Steve, this is in Europe, so.
Get my shit. Get all of my shit. Get my stuff. I'm not going to jail because I did not do shit.
You are going to jail.
For no reason, I'm not going to jail.
Please comply or you will be.
I'm not going to jail.
Stop her.
Get my stuff.
Stop her.
Get my stuff.
Is she homeless?
Say again?
Is she homeless or something? Why is she so
Yeah.
adamant?
I think she's homeless because she's been there for days.
Going.
Get my stuff. Get my stuff. Get my stuff. Stop.
1 second. Secure this cup a little more. It's too loose.
Ow, get off of me.
Please comply. Stop flexing. Stop flexing.
Stop.
Stop flexing.
Get
Thank you.
off of me.
Thank you. Please walk.
Get my stuff.
Please walk.
Get my stuff. Get my stuff.
Hey, I'm about to get the leads. Oh, walk backwards. Walk backwards. There you go. Hold on 1 second.
How embarrassing.
Get my stuff. I need my stuff.
There you go. Walk backwards.
Get my stuff. Get my property. I need my stuff.
People all over. We got the rest.
Get my stuff.
Hold on, let me search you.
Yeah? Yeah. Open up the door, create a pocket, then we'll search it.
I don't even have nothing. That is my stuff. Go
Up
get
against
it.
there, you're going to be searched. Do you have anything on you that's contraband?
No, I need my stuff. Go get my stuff. Why haven't you got my stuff? I need my stuff.
Spread your feet, please. Stop resisting. Land up, please. Stop resisting.
Y'all arresting me for no reason. It doesn't even make any sense.
Really? There you go.
No, they told you to leave. You need to leave.
But I need my stuff.
Get in the car and shut up.
To a plea. Suspect entered into a plea agreement when she appeared in court the next morning and received a deferred adjudication for the charges of trespass after warning and resisting an officer without violence. Thank you for watching.
But all right, you guys, I'm gonna shut this bad boy down, guys. Yeah, I'll have some content scheduled because I won't be live Thursday or Friday, guys. But Sunday I will have insolent audits on the live stream, guys. So he and I will probably do like an hour with just us, and then I'll open up the lines. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. Chris, Mac, thanks for being here. Thanks for all you guys in the chat. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.
Take care.
Bye, guys.